You're taking the job away from the text-to-speech there, Connor, but thank you very much for the 100 bits in time with the intro, and welcome to 15 to 1. How are you doing this evening? Hope you're all doing well this midweek. Things are definitely happening in the world. Hi! Hello there, Super Patrick. Good to see you there. Someone especially nasty could make this with the music trumpet playing the lick. Yeah, you very much could add the lick into that track. Very much so. Rip the ponytail. It's only because I washed it a couple of hours ago, so I'm letting it naturally dry. So yeah, I'm not ponytailing it just so I can let it dry a bit more freely. Otherwise, it all sort of get in the way and do all sorts of stuff. Glossy, I know. I mean, that's what happens when you wash your hair, isn't it? It does tend to get a bit glossy. Tad head. Do this. We're really doing this, are we? Do we want this to go to this window here, so we can do the swish? Oh. Yeah. Now my hair's in a complete mess. There we go. Link cosplay. Funny enough, that was an idea I had for the 1,000 follower specials to get a Link cosplay sorted. Anyway, how are we all doing this evening? We are playing some 15 to 1. Some nice simple quizzing. Really low requirements for me this evening. I don't really need to do a great deal, which is good, because I've been doing lots of other stuff. In terms of quiz screen and things like that. So just having a nice relaxed stream this evening is perfect for what I need to do today. But first of all, let me go and say hello to everyone in chat. So at the top of my list, actually, I've got Quizzy Dan, who's begging for a doot. So I did indeed give Quizzy Dan their doot. So hello, Quizzy Dan, and your singular doot. Hello, Lou Guru. My last stream for a while. Thanks for all the fun you've provided me in the last few years. Thank you very much for 300 bits, Lou Guru. I'm guessing work has changed circumstances for you. In which case, that's always great to see that people are getting back into work during this pandemic. Obviously, means going to be losing you as a regular audience member, but we will definitely welcome you back whenever you can return to our streams. So thank you for dropping in, and thank you for all the fun. And yeah, we'll definitely look forward to seeing you again at some point, Lugru. Obviously, you might be around for this stream, so have some fun. And yeah, we'll definitely catch you around. Certainly around the Discord and also HGE as well, whenever you're doing stuff as well. I need to get over and watch and participate some stuff in HGE as well. I'll need to add that to my list of things to do. Hello there to Lee Link. Welcome. Hello, Cast 7th. Hello, Milk. Hello, Adster. Hello, Mr. Quizworthing. Hello, Diamond Ninja, Cola, Inca, Keshi. I've already said. Top 1 Gaming. Hello there. Mr. Quizworthy just said. Cal says Adster, Super Patrick, MCD, etc. G Eisen, Score Count, AB Me, Ali Law. How are you doing? Looping One, Jack Wilfred, Rob the 12th. Hello there, Rob. Hello, Pubman Ben, Manamana Doot. Thank you very much for the 4 month resub there, Pubman Ben. Greatly appreciated, and do appreciate the Manamana. I need to do that better. There you go, that's a bit better. Appreciate it nonetheless. Oni, hello there. We like shapes. Of course, we all like shapes. Hello there. Itogi, Claire, Jerry, Jogging Chum, hi there. Samster, hello. Already said your name. Hello, David. How you doing? Also, too. Already said Jack Wilfred, I believe. And TJ Nayland, hello. Whiskers is over there. Of course, we just say hello to Whiskers. You have a Link cosplay. What size am I? It's complicated. It's just saying a singular size does not necessarily fit my body. My body is in very weird proportions in other areas. It's like, yes, my shirt can be a certain size, but my bottoms are very much not the right size. So, yeah, I'm not going to give exact information on stream. Let's put it that way. Hello, Dave Tom. Hello, Diamond Ninja. Hello to Westernator. Welcome, and also to anyone else. Car 7th, I think I've just said, and if only. And there we go. Hi, how are you all doing this evening? Yeah, we've played 15 to 1, as I've already said. In fact, let's open up the lobby. Let's just get straight into the lobby. But before we do that, we do need to see the current leaderboard we have. Yes, there is a leaderboard in this game. And we currently have Proogs sitting in the number 1 spot with 122, I believe, from the performance last time we played. Samster in second with 92. Jack of Clubs in third with 71. There's still 2 places to fill on the leaderboard. Sorry, did I skip you, JY? I completely missed it. Sorry. And also, hello there, Regian. Oh, hi, Mark. How are you doing? Sorry about missing you there. And Kenda as well. Sorry, didn't mean to skip over you. I just didn't see your name, or I just blanked it, probably. I don't know why, but I did. There are 2 spaces available left on the leaderboard. I don't know if we're going to do anything with the leaderboard yet. Maybe we will do. We'll find out. I know Jack of Clubs hasn't been around recently. I know Awesome Quintuple 9 shouldn't be using that name anymore. It should be using Maple Yamanote as the name now. Boki Ralbora. I've not seen Boki Ralbora around recently, so they may have to get ousted from the leaderboard at some point, but we'll see what we can do. Anyway, unforgettable look, by the way. Thank you there, PJ Willie. Let's open up the lobby. If you would like to play CVNA, please enter that in as a room code. And there is an extra thing you can do on this particular game. So, if you have the Duke coin to spare, which is 50 Duke coin each, then you can assign yourself a custom occupation or custom location. Hello there, Mr. Royal Flush. Oh, thank you very much for the 23-month resub there, Ben. My goodness me, that's practically 2 years. Is it, I know we've known each other for longer than that, but still, we've been doing this Twitch affiliate stuff for nearly 2 years now. That's quite crazy. Thank you very much for that. And the reason I don't wear my hair down like this more often is because it's a bit too long. I say it's a bit too long. I would obviously prefer it to be a bit longer so it can go down my back. But at this length, it comes down this way and it starts irritating my neck here. And with me and my eczema, it kind of gets in the way and kind of irritates me. So, yeah, I like the hair like this. It's not too bad. Just, yeah, at this particular length, it goes this way rather than that way. And I don't really want to grow it out much longer anyway, just because it's just a lot of maintenance. So yeah, I'm constantly doing this so it gets out of the way, but as soon as I do this, suddenly, oh, it's back this way again. It just naturally drops this way, which, you know, it does that. It just does that. So the only reason I've got it down like this is to dry my hair out, which is, you know, it's actually mostly drying, but still, do not like to naturally dry it. Rather than going a bit hammer and tong with it. So yes, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the subscription, which is greatly appreciated. On this particular game that a lot of people have already been doing, you can use your Duke coin, and you can give yourself a custom occupation or location. So if you are picked to play the game, when we introduce the contestants, you will be introduced by the text-to-speech with that location or that occupation, depending on where we are in the game. So if you would like to contribute, you can do that, and you can spend 50 of your Duke coin on each. This game will prefer to pick newer people versus older people, as in those that have played the game versus those that have not. So if you've played no games at all so far, then you'll have the highest priority pick versus everyone else, and then it just works on the sliding scale based on the number of games you've played. So in theory, we should always be seeing newer people playing this game straight off the bat. And those that may have not played for a while, it's going to take a while to get to you because we've got a lot of new names to get through potentially. But 15 contestants get picked each time. Hopefully at some point we will recycle back to you, and I hope you're fine with I say subscribing because there's a subscription coming through, but I hope you're fine. Spectating is the word I'm looking for. Not quite Toad Boy, but thank you for the 11th month resub there. Greatly appreciated. Also, what's the Twitter handle for your new Twitter bot, Toad Boy? Toad started a new thing, kind of along the lines of the sort of the funny wheel responses, but it's woo, the woo thing. What's the A Woo a Day. There you go. A Woo a Day. Go and give a Woo a Day a follow. I don't think I've done that yet. Let me do that right now. A Woo a Day keeps keeps Toad busy. Let's put it that way. I guess it's just making use of all the clues that we've not seen, because it's quite a toll on writing clues, that game, and you only see about 15-20% of all the clues in a full game of it. So might as well make use of them somehow. And hey, we'll have a Woo Day on Twitter, so you get some wonderful clues up there. Right, so yes, as I was saying, if you're not picked, then I hope you're okay with just watching as a spectator. Questions are probably slightly easier you'd see on the normal 15-1, but if we are running a bit long on a particular game, I can reduce the amount of time it takes to answer. And to answer, it is very simple. You just need to answer in public chat. You just give me a text response to what you think the answer is. If it's a exact or near enough exact match to what I'm expecting, then it will accept it, say correct. If it is not, then it's up to me to decide whether it is right or wrong. I press a button and we continue on from there. Round number 1, you just need to give me at least one correct answer to survive. If you do not give me a correct answer out of the 2 you get given, then unfortunately you will be... Yes, that's still there. And then round number 2, we start off from the left-hand side until someone gives me a right answer, and then we nominate podiums until only 3 podiums survive. You all start with 3 lives each. A wrong answer loses a life. Pretty simple stuff. It's all very easy to get into. You can whisper if you want. There's no problem with that. It's just in the majority of this game, you're only responding one at a time. So there's no buzzer race until we get to the final. We'll talk about that later if you get there. But the majority of the game, it's not a buzzer race. It's just get your answer in a suitable amount of time, and that's all good. So you can answer in public chat, and that's no worries. But if you want to use a whisper window, that's also fine as well, because it will say everything you say on stream, essentially. So be careful what you do say. Okay. There's pretty much no benefit to whispering in this game. Okay, I'm going to close the lobby out. 10 seconds until we do start the first game off. So get your occupations and locations in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now closing the redemptions. And if we are ready, let's pick our 15 for this game. Those are our 15 competitors in this game of 15-1, and let's introduce our contestants.
Now Kafatut from Sudan. Super Patrick 10 from I'm here in Hungary. Regian 16 from Yes. Twilly from Hygalia.
From Yes.
Ken Dalite from The Wheel.
The Wheel.
Dagumita from Samoa. PSY Guy Dave from wherever my green screen takes me. Only 91_573 from location room. Lugaru 1 from parts unknown. Inisk from world 523. PR00GS from Switz M 3 times from hell. Nothing but hell. Jerry Aries from this podium.
From this podium.
Topper 1 gaming from somewhere or other. And Class 0 are from behind you. Are all here to play Twitch Plays 15-1. Introduced by William G. Stewart.
I do love some of your locations. So it's very simple to start out with round number 1. We will start off from podium number 1 and go around twice in total. You'll each see 2 questions in this round. Give me a correct answer and you keep your lives intact. Give me a wrong answer, you will lose a life. If you get both questions wrong in this round, then unfortunately you will be eliminated. So as long as you give me a right answer out of your 2 questions, then you'll move on to round number 2. All right, good luck 15 players, and let's play 15-1. Oh yeah, I forgot I do this now, don't I? I forgot I've got this thing. I added this in last time and I forgot I had it. Well, there you go. There it is in text form as your tutorial. Okay, let's play 15-1. That's what I get for implementing stuff and forgetting about it. Anyway, round number 1. We start off with podium number 1, which is, now cut that out. Your question, welcome. Fashion designer Takada Kenzo comes from what country? Fashion designer Takada Kenzo comes from what country? Japan? Is correct. We get a ding. We move on to Super Patrick. Hello there, Super Patrick. GWR.com is the website of what rail company? Oh, wow. I actually passed that as a link as well, so I suppose you probably could click it. Don't do that. Hashtag not sponsored. Needing that, Super Patrick. Say New York. No, it is the Great Western Railway. You're down to 2 lives. Don't get your next one wrong, otherwise you will be eliminated. Moving on to podium number 3, Regian. Dorigo pepper comes from a shrub native to which country? Dorigo pepper comes from a shrub native to which country? Need an answer, Regian? Out of time, I'm afraid. Australia is what we're looking for. You're right, unfortunately, you're out of time. Be careful about your time. You need to answer a little bit faster, otherwise I can't accept it. Never mind. Now you know that that's the time limit. If you are behind, what I would say is check Twitch chat, because chat is king and it's always about as up-to-date as it can be for the time being. If your stream is delayed, because it can be, check chat, because that will keep up to date as best as it can. All right, moving on to podium number 4, VJ Willie. Hello there. What is 15 times 15? 225, absolutely, you know your square numbers. Moving on to Kendallite. Which element has the atomic number of 1? Give me the full element name. Hydrogen is correct. Dad Gummith, Gummita even. In history, Julius Caesar was told to beware the Ides of March indeed. Moving on to Sci Guy Dave. Who was the first Christian emperor of Rome and founder of Constantinople? The Ides of March aren't too far away, actually, are they? Thinking about it. Constantine? You know what? I will accept Constantine in that particular regard. I'll give that. I'll allow that. 5 days' time. Something like that. Yeah, it's like the 14th or on the Ides on Monday. There we go. So it's quite a timely question. I'll accept Constantine for that. Moving on to Oni. Hello, Oni. A well-known anti-whaling conservation society is the sea what? A well-known anti-whaling conservation society is the Sea. Unfortunately, it's not the Sea Society, but they do have some alliteration. It's Sea Shepherd. You're down to 2 lives. Moving on to Lugaroo. The first human heart transplant was carried out in which continent? Pick a continent. Is it South America? I'm afraid it's Africa. You're down to 2 lives there, Lugaroo. Moving on to Inca from World 5-3. What sticky substance is added to white sugar to make brown sugar? Honey? No, I'm afraid not. Molasses is what we're looking for. Molasses has that deep brown colour. Moving on to Proogs. Welcome, Proogs. From which continent do oranges originate? The taste of brown. Is it Europe? No, it's Asia. Down to 2 lives. Moving on to M3 times. What Hunger Games actor had a hit with American Woman? They oranginate from Asia. Oh, of course they do. Lenny Kravitz. What a good guess. Well done. Maybe not a guess. Probably did know that, but Lenny Kravitz is correct. Moving on to Jerry. Welcome, Jerry. In which decade did the Battle of Stalingrad come to an end? In which decade? Give me a full year's decade. 1910s? 40s we're looking for. 1940s. You're down to 2 lives. Moving on to Topper. In chemistry, what charge does an electron have? Negative is correct. Moving on to Claire. Which chess piece is unable to be moved into harm's way? Which chess piece is unable to be moved? Indeed, Kim, because of course that will put them into check/checkmate. They can't move into harm's way. Unless, of course, you're playing one of the special variants where you can do that, like the Fog of War chess. That's been quite popular recently on the chess.com site, where the rules don't necessarily apply. That becomes, as soon as the king gets actually captured, that's the end of the game. So, but traditional rules of chess, you can't move the king into harm's way. Okay, end of the first pass there. Super Patrick TV, Regian, Oni, Lugaroo, Inca, Proogs, and Jerry. You need to give me a correct answer, otherwise you will be eliminated. Here comes your second question. We go back again down the line, starting at podium number 1. Now cut that out. Your question is, Cape Colony became a part of what African country? South Africa is correct. You move on to round number 2. Super Patrick, in the fairy tale, what did Snow White eat to make her fall asleep? What did Snow White eat to make her fall asleep? Is it an apple? You know what? I'll allow an apple. It doesn't say necessarily what poisoned thing, but yeah, I'll accept apple for that. You got the right premise. Regian, your question. Which of the Rolling Stones wrote the memoir Gus and Me? Which of the Rolling Stones wrote the memoir Gus and Me? We need an answer, Reggie-Ann. Out of time again. Keith Richards is what we're looking for, and I'm afraid that is 2 wrong in round number 1, which does mean you are out of the game. So you just have to be watching along for the rest of this. Moving on to podium number 4, VJ Willie. The name of what planet begins with 2 vowels? No, Samster. Yes, Earth indeed is correct. Well played. Not Uranus. Moving on to Kendall Light. What shape is a tennis court? Yeah, okay, rectangle's correct. Moving on to Dad. Hello, Dad Gummiter. The world's highest waterfall is in which country? Is it Argentina? No, Venezuela. You're down to 2 lives, but you are through to round number 2. Saigai Dave, now up to you. How old was Marie Antoinette when she married King Louis? How old was Marie Antoinette? Well, I don't know, Kashi. That's why I said I don't know. 38 is way off. 14 is what we're looking for. Down to 2 lives, but you are through to round number 2, Saigai. Only now to you. What can be cirriform, stratiform, or cumuliform? Clouds is correct, and you are through to round number 2. Moving on to Lugaroo. What colour does litmus paper become if it is in contact with an alkaline? Is it pink? No, it is blue. Going the red side, it is acidic. Going to the blue side, it is alkaline or basic. So I'm afraid, Lugaroo, that's both of your questions wrong, and you are out of the game. Hard luck there. Moving on to Inca. Your question: on D-Day in June of 1984, Allied forces landed in which country? France is correct. Moving on to Proogs. Yeah, 1984 was a bit of a weird year. In clothing, what would a cowboy wear his chaps above or below the waist? Yeah, 84 is definitely wrong with that. It's not the below is correct for that one. Yeah, I think it was it 1944 supposedly. Either way, you knew what we went by the D-Day landings, so you got it right. So you're safe through. And yes, below the waist is correct for that one. Proves you are safe through to the next round. Moving on to N3 times. In printing, the letters LC stand for lower what? Case is correct. It's June 1984 of the film 1984 for 1944. It's fine. Just all the years. Anyway, yes, case is correct. You're through to the next round N3 times. Moving on to Jerry. Who is the elder child of Prince William, Duke of Cambridge? Who is the elder child? Is it Harry? No, unfortunately not. Prince George of Cambridge. George would have been enough for me, I'm afraid. That is all your lives exhausted because you got both wrong there, Jerry, and we have to say goodbye. Moving on to Topper. In 2011, what classic 80s movie was adapted into a television series on MTV? Yeah, Harry's his brother. Got an idea here, Topper? No idea. Teen Wolf was what looking for, but you are through to round number 2 on 2 lives. And finally, Claire, your second question. The Blue Ridge Mountains form part of which larger range? Blue Ridge Mountains form part of which larger range? Is it the Andes? It's the Appalachians, I'm afraid. You're down to 2, but you are through to round 2. And that is the end. Round 1.
3 down, 12 to go. And those eliminated are Regian 16, Lugaroo 1, and Jerry Aries. Of the remaining 12 contestants, 4 still have their 3 lives intact.
They might be a little tougher than last time, but it's just the way that these questions go. Okay, 4 still with their 3 lives intact. We now go over to round number 2. Well, we will start from the first live podium from the left, and until we get someone giving me a right answer, we just keep going around. Once we do have a right answer, then we are nominating podiums by their podium number. You just say in text chat which podium number you would like to nominate. And we just keep doing that and passing around until only 3 players remain. Again, right answers keep you in play. Wrong answers will lose a life. If you lose all of your remaining lives, then you are out of the game. This is that special question pack from Toad. It's not the special one that I purchased. No, it's the one with actual questions that are actually legit. apart from obviously that typo with 1984. We are only human, not the special pack. Yeah, not the Canada pack. Anyway, we are going to start to play with round number 2, and let's play some 15 to 1. Or should I say 12 to 1? We start off with podium number 1. Now cut that out. And your question is, what kind of fruit basket was used for the first game of basketball? What kind of fruit basket was used for the first game of basketball? Is it an orange basket? No, it's a peach basket, apparently. Down to 2 lives. We move over to Super Patrick. Which epidemic caused over 100 million deaths between 1348 and 1350? Need an answer? Out of time. We're looking for the Black Death there. The Black Death didn't have an idea anyway. So we move over to podium number 4. VJ Willie. Which brand of soup is featured in a series of paintings by Andy Warhol? Campbell's is all I needed. I didn't need any more than that. Campbell's is absolutely fine. And we are in nominating phase now. So VJ Willie, please give me a number. Nominate a player that you would like to see the next question. Go to number 12. M3 times. Your question is, in golf, what is the main colour for out-of-bound stakes? I don't know. Is it blue? It's white, apparently. Down to 2 lives. Back to VJ Willie for another number, please. So, VJ Willie, please nominate another podium. Thank you very much. Going to number 10, Inca. Among the loudest sounds in history was an 1883 eruption of what Indonesian volcano? Krakatoa is correct. Please pick a number. Going to number 5, Kenda. Mont Blanc is the highest peak in which mountain range? The Alps, I'll accept that slight typo. That's absolutely fine. Please pick a number. Number 12, over to M3 again. Which Apollo mission landed the first humans on the moon? That's the French name, fair enough. Just be aware that we are... Apollo 11 is correct, yes. Just be aware we are playing English, so I only know the English spelling. M3 times, please pick a number. Going to number 2, Super Patrick. King Edward I bestowed what title on his son in 1301? You're a partially qualified translator necessary. Oh, you do love your French language, Shapes. We do welcome all international players. Prince of Wales is what we're looking for. You say the White Day. Unfortunately, it has nothing to do with that. So I'm afraid, Super Patrick, that's all your lives exhausted and you are out. Back to N3 times for the number, please. But we are coming close to White Day, actually, as well. Claire, your question, what does a deciduous tree lose, then grow again every year? Leaves is correct. Please pick a number. Yes, White Day in Japan is also close upon us. In fact, it's the Ides Day again. How many dwarfs are in the Snow White story? 7 is correct. VJ Willie, please pick a number. Yeah, 14th of March is just a few days away. Exists 1 month after Valentine's Day. Back to Claire. Which country has 11 time zones? Yuck. Which country? Russia is correct. And Dad Gumita, you can't leave the lobby once I've locked it up. So if an answer were to be leave, then it wouldn't leave you from the game. In other games it might do, but this one it restricts the lobby once you've gone through the lobby phase, so you're absolutely fine with that. But yes, Claire, absolutely fine. Please pick a number. Going to number 5, Kenda, your question. What's the capital and largest city of Greece? Athens is correct. Please pick a number. Number 15, back to Claire again. Which Canadian province is named after the father of Queen Victoria? Which Canadian province is named after the father of Queen Victoria? Out of time. No answer there. Prince Edward Island. And also, yeah, could I ask not to nominate back in future? Because there are many other players still around as well. And it just feels a bit kind of gross sometimes to nominate back a player that's just nominated you. But no problem though. Back to you again, Kenda, for another number. Number 7, Shy Guy Dave. What landlocked African country is coffee originally from? What landlocked African country is coffee originally from? Ethiopia is correct. Yes, please pick a number. Going to Dad Gummiter. Montmartre is the name of a district in which European capital city? Paris is correct. Please pick a number. Speaking of France... Going to number 14, top of one go. The 2017 book, The Misunderstood Prince, is about which royal? Is it Prince Harry? No, it's Prince Charles. These questions are sort of hitting home a bit close to home for other reasons. You lose a life there, top of one gaming. Back to Dad Gummiter for another number, please. Going to number 11, Proogs. Your question, Proogs. What is the official religion of the United Arab Emirates? Islam is correct. You have control. Please pick a number. Number 1. Now cut that out. The name of what Japanese comics means aimless pictures? Manga is correct. Please pick a number. You know what? I did not know that was the definition of that. That makes sense, though. Inka, your question. Endless was a fragrance by which Sex and the City star? Hello, Toshi. Welcome. Endless was a fragrance by which Sex and the City star? Is it Carrie Underwood? No, it's Sarah Jessica Parker. You're down to one life. Back to now. Cut that out for another number, please. Sex or the City. Number 14, Topper, your question. The holder of which office is sometimes referred to as the Chief Executive of the United States? President is correct. Please pick a number. Number 11, Proogs. Your question, Proogs. The US coastal area of the Hamptons is on which ocean? Is it the Pacific? No, the other side. The Atlantic. Down to one life. Back to Topper for another number, please. Number 4. Go to VJ Willie. In which Nordic country is the Kon-Tiki Museum? Is it Iceland? No. Similar though. Norway is what we're looking for. One of those Scandinavian type countries. Back to Topper for another number, please. Number 8, Oni, your question. What is the common name for a mix of rain, snow, and freezing rain? Sleet is correct. You have control. Please pick a number. Number 1, now cut that out. Your question. How many legs does a spider have? Wow, low ball question there. Please pick a number. Too many. Number 5, Kenda, your question. What's the name of the Greek goddess of anger and revenge? Is it Heda? It's Nemesis. You're down to 2 lives. Back to now. Cut it out for another number, please. Number 15. Go to Claire. What 1986 Jeff Goldblum film won the Oscar for Best Makeup? The Fly is correct. Very good answer. Please pick a number. Going to Shy Guy Dave. From which country did the US purchase Alaska? From which country did the US purchase Alaska? Need an answer? Nope. It's Russia. Down to a life. Back to Claire for another number, please. No one on 2 lives now. Oni, your question. Who was the last monarch before the Queen to celebrate a diamond jubilee? Victoria is correct. Please pick a number. Number 14, Topper, your question. The Black Death was also known as the bubonic what? Plague is correct. Please pick a number. Back to Inca here. In a game of Trivial Pursuit, a player must collect how many different wedges? 6 is correct. Please pick a number. Number 12, M3, your question. How many playing pieces does each player begin with in backgammon? What do you think, M3? You say 16. Oh, one off! One off. It's 15 looking for you. Down to one life. Back to Inca for another number. Number 6, Dad Gummiter, your question. Prince Siegfried falls in love with Odette in which Tchaikovsky ballet? Hello there, Matt. Welcome. Prince Siegfried falls in love with Odette in which Tchaikovsky ballet? The answer out of time. We're looking for Swan Lake. Down to one life there. Back to Inca for another number, please. Still have 11 players in. Quite a few sitting on a single life. Going to number 4, VJ Willie. Ronald Reagan was governor of which US state? Yeah, got to pay attention, Dad Gobito, unfortunately. Is it New York? No, California. Down to a life as well. Back to Inca for another number, please. Going to number 8, Oni. Coleridge's Rime of the Ancient Mariner first appeared in what book of poems? No. I can't accept no as an answer, I'm afraid. Lyrical ballads are what I'm looking for, and you join the fray of single life players. Back to Inca for another number. I like the declarative nature of that. You put a full stop at the end of your answer. Over to number 1, now cut that out. What's the longest river in Southeast Asia? Yeah, Fibri just makes it even more amusing, that's true. What's the longest river in Southeast Asia? Is it the Mekong? It is the Mekong River. I can accept that. Please pick a number. Number 12, M3, your question. What type of transport is a shunter? What type of transport is a shunter? Train, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can accept that. You did say the word train in there. Please pick a number. Going to number 14, Topper. The military acronym AWOL stands for absent without official what? Leave is correct. Please pick a number. Lunch. Absent without lunch. Over to Proogs now. Cartoon character Count Duckula is a parody of which figure? Dracula is correct. Please pick a number. Kenda, your question. What is the term for the condition in which memory is disturbed in humans? Amnesia is correct. Please pick a number. There's only 3 players left with 2 lives intact from the looks of things. Dad Gummiter, your question. In the Disney film, what relation is Moana to Chief Tui? In the Disney film, what relation is Moana to Chief Tui? Is it mother? Other way around. Other way around. We're looking for Moana's relationship, not the other way around. So daughter is what we're looking for. That is your last life gone. We have to say goodbye. Back to Kenda for the number. Number 7, Saigai Dave. The US city of Milwaukee is on the shore of which of the Great Lakes? Need an answer, Saigai? Out of time. Michigan is what we're looking for, and another player falls. Back to Kenda for another number. Number 8, Oni. Astro Boy is a comic series from what Asian country? Japan is correct. Please pick a number. Toshi's woken up again. Going to VJ Willie, your question. The first instant noodles were what poultry flavour? Also, Toshi's waking up. It's chicken we're looking for. And another player falls. Back to Oni for another number, please. We have 8 players still in. Claire, over to you. Your question. Which actor played the Grinch in the 2000 live-action film? Jim Carrey is correct. Please pick a number. Going to now cut that out. What novel by J.D. Salinger was first published in 1951? Jesus, that was fast. Absolutely right. I mean, I suppose it's one of those trigger things. Once you see J.D. Salinger, you're like, right, Catch Me the Rye. That's the answer. Please pick a number. Go to number 11, Proogs. The planet Jupiter is composed of hydrogen and which gas? Is it methane? Helium, I'm afraid, and we have to say goodbye to you. 7 players now in. Back to now cut that out for another number. Number 10, Inca. Other than Psalms, which other book of the Old Testament begins with P? Other than Psalms, which other book of the Old Testament begins with P? More P. Out of time. Proverbs is what we're looking for there, and Inca Falls. 6 players now in. Back again to now cut that out for another number. Top 1 Gaming. Which Roman emperor was assassinated in 41 AD? Is it Caesar? No, it's Caligula. Another one falls. 5 remain now. Back to now cut that out for another number. Number 8, going to Oni. Who coined the famous philosophical proposition, I think, therefore I am? René Descartes. Oh my god, I cannot say Descartes. René Descartes is correct. Please pick a number. Just 2 more to fall here. Claire, your question. Which continent is surrounded by 4 oceans? Yeah, Descartes. We've got Des Lynam and Des O'Connor, so we have Descartes as well. Is it Africa? Oh, it's Asia! We lose one more player. One more player to lose until we go to the final. Back again to Oni for another number. Number 12, M3, your question. The word pulmonary refers to what organ? The lungs. No, it's the heart! And that is the end of round 2. He says. Thank you. You worried me then, game. So, the 3 surviving players are, now cut that out to podium 1, Kendallite at podium number 5, and Oni podium number 8. Let's have a look at the stats, actually, to see how many they saw each, because I seem to remember I had this information. So, now cut that out, faced 7 questions and got 6 right. Kenda got 6 questions, 5 correct, and Oni got 7 questions, 5 right. So, a pretty even number of questions each. And you 3 players, congratulations. You move on to the 15-1 final.
The 3 surviving contestants in today's 15-1 final are now Kaffatut, a healthcare facilities inspector from Sudan. Kendallite are the first to get eliminated from the wheel, and Oni 91_573, a but I don't even like quiche, vicar. From location removed for copyright purposes.
Yeah, the only reason I just jumped through with that was I've heard the term pulmonary to do with the heart. At least that's what my association was. So I just went, yeah, that seems right. Hit the wrong button. We go. So if it was wrong, then that's wrong. Sorry, but I'm accepting what it said on the card there in that case. Anyway, moving on to the final. Now cut that out, Kendallite and Oni. We've converted the lives from round number 2 into points. So now cut that out, Kendallite, you have 2. Oni, you have 1, and that will be used sort of later on to sort of decide ties if that were to happen. Here's the overall rules of this round. We start on the buzzers, so you'll need to get some exclamation marks ready in chat. 2, 3, 4, or 5 exclamation marks to buzz in. First to buzz in then has 8 seconds to give me a text response that should be the answer you want. If it's correct, then you get yourself 10 points. First player to give me 3 correct answers then enters into the question or nominate phase, where you either take a question for yourself or you nominate one of your 2 opponents to take the next question. Wrong answer will lose you a life. If you lose all 3 lives, then you are out of the game. Getting a correct answer at any point in this game adds 10 points to your total. And whoever survives at the end, we go to see whoever has the highest score. And if it comes to a tie, then things. But that's basically it. That's how the 15 to final works. We'll just go through all 40 questions if we do get that way. So, if you 3 are all ready, let's play 15 to 1 final. Get your exclamation marks ready in chat, 2, 3, or 4, or 5 number of them. And if you're ready, here comes your first question. In which sport would you hit a shuttlecock? Now cut that out. Badminton is correct. Next question. Joaquin Phoenix played Emperor Commodus in what film? Now cut that out. Gladiator is correct. Another question. Which planet in the solar system has the famous Great Red Spot Oni? Is it Mars? No, it is Jupiter. You lose a life. Next question. In what country is the Great Pyramid of Giza? Now cut it out. Egypt is correct. You have 3 questions correct. Question or nominate. If you want to nominate, you have to say the name of the player you want to nominate. If you want to take a question, just say question. You can take a question, all right? Your question is, on a non-leap year, how many days does it take the Earth to orbit once around the Sun? On a non-leap year, 365 is correct. Question or nominate. I'm taking another question. AB is the abbreviation of what Canadian province? Alberta is correct. Question or nominate. Taking another question. Which Argentine was made an honorary Cuban citizen in 1959? Is it Che Guevara? It is Che Guevara, correct. Question or nominate. Taking another question. Which Irish singer was born Paul Hewson? Bono is correct. Question or nominate. Taking another question. Someone who uses their right and left hands equally well is known as what? Ambidextrous is correct. Question or nominate. Owen Batter, you do spoil us. If you want to nominate Oni, you have to give a full name. Now cut that out. Unfortunately, it doesn't accept partials. So if you say Oni91_573, then it will actually accept it. There we go. Oni, over to you. Get rid of that Ferrero Rocher. Jumping and dressage are events in which Olympic competition? A question is correct. You have control. Question or nominate. Horse. You're going to nominate Kenda. Kenda, your question. What learned class of ancient Celts acted as priests and teachers? Need an answer, Kenda? 42. I'm afraid that's not the right answer. Druids is what we're looking for. You're down to 2 lives. Back to Oni. Question or nominate. In this round, you can re-nominate the same podium if you want. You didn't understand the question. Fair enough. Going to now cut that out. In what language might you refer to a man as Manher? German is correct. I know my German was terrible there. Question or nominate. Mein Herr. Yeah, it's probably Mein Herr, isn't it? Rather than Man Herr. Anyway. Back to Oni. Only your question. Django Reinhardt is most famous for playing what musical instrument? Guitar is correct. Question or nominate. Going to Kenda. Kenda, your question. On what vegetable did an ancient Egyptian place his right hand when taking an oath? Is it an eggplant? No, it's an onion. You're down to 1 life. Back to Oni. Question or nominate. Going to now cut that out. What travel-related condition is mal de mer? Really throwing all the French out today, aren't we? Seasickness is correct. Yes, question or nominate. Nominate Kenda. Kenda, your question. The Indian... Woo! Be careful about what you say, unfortunately, because it's going to do that. In the Adventures of Huck Finn, by what name is Huck's father known? It's Pap. Got to be careful about what you say, because you could be nominated at any time, and it's accepted whatever you said then as your answer. So I'm afraid the only thing I could do at that point is to mark it wrong, because it's already said the answer in chat. So, Kenda, it is with regret I have to say that you're out of the game. But thank you for playing. You'll know next time to be careful. Back to now cut that out. Question or nominate? Nominating Oni. The culinary word Streusel is borrowed from which language? Really hitting the German now again. Question or nominate Oni? Nominate. Going to now cut that out. In timekeeping, 2:30 is also commonly known as 2 what? 30 is correct. Question or nominate? Going to Oni. Oni, your question is, what endangered African horse has alternating black and white stripes? Zebra or zebra is correct. Question or nominate? Going to Oni. Graceland was the home of which late American icon? Going to Elvis Presley is correct. Question or nominate? I noticed you. That was your nominate. Your question, even should I say? Nominating now. Cut that out. Your question. Haneda Airport is in which Asian country? Japan is correct. Question or nominate? Nominating back to Oni. Northwest Arctic Borough is a subdivision of what US state? Alaska is correct. Question or nominate? 18 questions left in the pack. Or in this set. Taking a question. Lord Byron wrote primarily in what genre of poetry? Sorry, genre of poetry. No. 2. Romantic. Because you elected to take the question, we are now going to the buzzer. So get your buzzers ready for the next question. What is the name of the personal assistant that comes with most iPhones? Now cut that out. Hey Siri, that is correct. Question nominate. Nominating Oni. Got to get this right to stay in which US state were the 1692 Salem witch trials held? Is it Oregon? Wrong Salem, I think. Can someone just verify that that's right before I hit the button? Is that the right Salem we're talking about here, or the wrong Salem? So, Massachusetts is the correct answer. Massachusetts is the correct answer. Want to make certain, and that is what I'm doing, because I know there are different Salems. So I'm afraid you went the wrong way, Oni. That is your last life, and we have to say goodbye. I didn't want to do another one. So that does mean now, cut it out, you are the winner of this game. But we still have 15 questions to get through, so that could be another 150 added to your total. And of course, those 3 lives can also add an extra 10 to your total at the end. So we're looking at possibly an extra 180 points to add to your grand total here, if you can get them all right. This is just now for you. We're just going to keep going until you exhaust all your lives or we exhaust all the questions. So now cut that out. Here come your questions. On which continent can you find the Gobi Desert? Asia is correct. Next question. Which Roman goddess is associated with the Greek goddess of love, Aphrodite? Venus is correct. Next question. A major West End play based on a film was all about Eve. Correct. Ancient Hawaiians called what activity he nalu, or wave sliding? Surfing is correct. Octave is the 8th basic position in what Olympic sport? Sport. Fencing is what we're looking for there. Down to 2 lives. Next question. Where in the human body can you find carpals? Hand. Yeah, hand is correct. Your carpal tunnel syndrome kind of thing. Next question. What chemical element has the symbol Ba? Barium is correct. Which soap company shares its name with a bird? Dove is correct. Which vitamin is also known as ascorbic acid? Vitamin C is correct. Which country would you be if you were skiing down the Dolomites? Italy is correct. In which city was the Titanic built? Belfast is correct. Chris Scott is an American GI in what musical? Miss Saigon is correct. What is a meteorite called when it is still in space? It's a meteor, not an asteroid. Down to one life. Preto is Portuguese for which colour? Need this right to stay in. Is it yellow? It's black! We're going to lose that final life. He's not going to roll it. I thought we would get the roll at the end, but unfortunately we did not get there. However, you do end the game on 242, which if we put that up on the leaderboard, that is a very commanding lead. 120 points ahead of whoever was already in first place previously, which was Proogs. So I think you're going to be sitting in first place for a good while there. Now cut it out. Very good play indeed. Very well played to everyone that played up there. And now cut it out. The winner of that game putting themselves in pole position on the leaderboard. Join us again for another episode of 15 to 1 in about a few minutes' time. And welcome Toshi being woke from the Japanese questions. Oh, a lot of Japan questions in there. Okay, we're going to do another run through. We're going to do one more run through of this. So let me start it up again. Play the theme out again. I mean, it sort of already does that, Matt, in a way. Although, if there's players that have had like 3 games, then it will not pick them over others. So I guess if you did play that first game, don't join the lobby. That'd be the easiest way to do it, so then we do get other people play this next game, but it still picks those that have not played before over others that have. So, could do that. If you can sit out, then please do so. Probably be good to do so we can get 15 new people in, as there is no audience game on this, so yeah. Please just sit out if you did play that first game. That'd be absolutely wonderful if you do. Don't really like the format. It's just a very simple quiz format. I know it's not everyone's taste, but there's sort of a stalwart of Channel 4 programming, so it's quite precious to a lot of people. Even if there's not a lot to it, it's just one of those things that a lot of people have grown up with. Let's see the leaderboard. The leaderboard has not changed. If you'd like to play this game, then please enter in the room code of UTLG. UTLG, and I am enabling the redemptions so you can give yourself an occupation and location if you so desire as well. Excuse me. Cool. So, thank you to all the people that have submitted in a questionnaire form for the Quiz Night year in review, or year 2 in review. I've had 46 responses in, which is actually higher than I thought I'd get, and I do appreciate all of the responses we got. I'll go through a few little things after this game, so we'll only play this other game, I think, and then we'll end the stream after I've done my talk about stuff. So if you're not interested in talk about stuff, then that's fine. You can just obviously leave after game number 2, but it's still to do with the community, and it's going to talk about things happening in the future as well. So you might want to still stick around to just hear out some stuff. But yeah, 46 responses came through, and a lot of it sort of aligns with my kind of view on things. But we will go through things anyway. We do need to do the wheel at some point as well. That thing there, the wheel. So we will spin that at some point as well. Possibly even right now, because we are in a little bit of a lull. So you know what? Let's quickly do that. Just do double duty. We'll do a redemption, a giveaway thing while we do the lobby, because we can do that. So yes, authorize. Ding indeed. Let me go to the giveaways tab on Nightbot. I need to set a keyword for that, and the keyword is going to be, you know, let's just simplify it. Just say the keyword is that. That's your keyword, is wheel. So say wheel, and then you'll be up for the eligibility of being picked to spin the wheel itself. That thing, indeed. And we will spin it. There is a mystery up there on the wheel. If we land on it, then is it still no mods? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to enable mods. Mods can enter as well now. There you go, mods. If you want to join, you can join now. Giving the mods the chance to enter on this one. Doesn't necessarily mean you'll get picked, but you're at least in with a shot this time round. It's the happiest day of my life. Well, if you manage to spin the wheel. Bless you, I'm very poor, Ash. I've just thought, do we want to be giving away doots to the final 3 in 15 to 1 each time? Because we have not awarded any doots in this game, and I feel like we should. Question is, how many doots? Do I go with the 50,000, 25,000, 10,000 like I do for outright? Does that feel about balanced? Do 100 times the score? That would be a bit... I mean, that's fine, I suppose. But I think that wouldn't be fair to Kenda and Oni, that did by rights get a good position in the final, just got rolled by... Now cut that out, unfortunately. So I think what I might do is 50,000... 25,000 and 10,000, which is what I did on outright last time. That was what I did last time with dual Kenda, but I want to bump it up because 1 versus 100 is a big skew, and so it's sort of inflating the values of other things I need to do to balance it out. So 50, 25, 10 is sort of where my mind was at. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. That does mean we're going to add some doots too. Now, cut that out. That was a win for now, cut that out. I get you 50,000 doots for that. Second place was Oni. I'm getting 25,000 for that. And to Kenda. You're in third place there. You get yourself 10,000 doots. There we go. All sorted there. I will update the totals to reflect the first, second, and third places from the last stream as well that we did of 15 to 1, because we didn't do it then, and I probably should do because it was it part of this season or not? Was the last game of 15 to 1 in this season or not? I don't think it was, so in which case it's no matter because we reset. It was in. If it was, I can't remember now, but if it was, I need to backdate those doots, so I will do that. It was the opener, of course it was. So yeah, I will backdate those and sort it out after the fact. So those that did play in those games and got to first, second, and third, you will get yourself some doots retrospectively. Okay, last 30 seconds to get yourself in and get yourself customized with a thing. And while you do that, I'm going to do some wheel spinning. So let me change the layout over to this one, and we need to do some wheel spinning. So let me do this. Slide it over, move the mic, and if we're ready, let's do a spin. What am I doing a spin for? I haven't even picked a player yet. I haven't picked a player yet. Why am I even spinning? We need to pick a player first. Hang on, let me press this button first. Pum and Ben, you've been picked. There we go, Pum and Ben. You are the picked player. So now I can do the thing. So now I can move this, do the thing, and now I can press the button to do the thing. So Pum and Ben, this is for you. Are we ready? What's it going to be? It's going to be that! 10,000! 10,000 dupes to Pun and Ben! There we go. 10,000 doots over to Punman Ben after that. Absolutely. That's good. And we have a soundtrack for the wins. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Toad, for firing me the Price is Right music. That was some nice, good stuff. We'll do one more wheel at the end of this before I do my talk stuff. We need to get into a game, though. So let me press that button like that. Let me do that so I can get to my layout. And I need to turn the redemptions off. And let's pick our 15 for this episode. Those are the 15 for this game of 51. Let's introduce our contestants.
Burial Dev from behind Ush the Bash.
Someone else go for the behind you joke.
Japan. It's Sportsy from under the stairs. Baron Rider from Paraguay. Milk-like substance from Joe's. A
Joe's.
12 from.
From.
Patrick 10 from Hungary. Drew Dafton 1997 from The Synapse from Dominican Republic. Coolio 1223 Armin Thip 99 from Star Wars. Diamond _N1 Royal _Flush from the East End of London. Adster 1005 from somewhere on and Rob _12 from his desk are all here to play. Twitch plays 15-1.
It's because it's enumerating all the names. Coolio 1223 is very long. Welcome to U15. Yeah, if you didn't give me a custom location or occupation, then it's giving you a random one from a list of things that I found. So it just gave you Paraguay because you didn't say anything. I don't know you're from Brooklyn unless you say otherwise. And you don't have to say exactly where you are. You can completely make it fictitious, as some people have done. Anyway, welcome to U15. Let's go quickly over through the rules of round number one. Each player will get 2 questions in this round. We'll go in turn, starting from pony number 1, which is Dev, going all the way around to pony number 15. Once it is your turn, give me an answer in public chat or whisper to what you think the answer is. If you're right, then you'll stay in with whatever you have. If you're wrong, you'll lose a life. In this round only, if you give 2 wrong answers, unfortunately, you will be eliminated. But in all of the rounds, it's just so long as you still have lives, you are still in, and getting a question wrong loses a single life. So you have to give me at least 1 correct answer in this round to advance to round number 2. Otherwise, you are absolutely. So very simple. Good luck to you all. Let's play 15-1. And we start with poem number 1, which is the real Dev. Welcome to the game. And your question is, who was the eldest son of George VI? That's a good start, isn't it? Get into the history. Who was the eldest son of George VI? Was it Edward? Yes, I can sort of accept that you gave me a right. It's just because there's a number on the end. It's the problem. You gave me an Edward. Unfortunately, it's not the right Edward. It's a yes and also a no. I can't accept, unfortunately, Dev. That is going to be a life lost. Why so many number? I know. It's like, in this case, it would have been more a case of I would have prompted for regnal number if I could do that. But it's in automated mode. Maybe in future, what I can do in this scenario is I can withhold the answer and then ask for more information if that's the case, which would then work around this whole situation of whether you need to give me Ragnall number or not. Sorry to that, Dev. You're losing life. It just means you need to get your next question right to ever come back round. Tochi, welcome to the game. Feta cheese is usually made by what animal, or the milk of what animal? It's a goat. It is goat, yes. Moving on to It's Sportsy, your question. The sun is an example of what geometric shape? Yes, made by humans, but the cheese is made from the milk of what? You say circular. Nope, unfortunately not. We live in a 3D world at the very least, so unfortunately sphere is what we're looking for. You're going to lose a life. Moving to Baron Rider. A musher drives what type of winter transport? Sled is correct. Moving on to Milk-like Substance. Basil the Rat is the title of an episode of which John Cleese comedy series? Faulty Towers is correct. Moving to Oh Hey. What is the day job of Superman's alter ego, Clark Kent? Is a journalist? It's close. It's close. I'll accept it. That's close enough for me. It's fine. It's fine for me. Moving on to Super Patrick, your question. How many stars appear on the national flag of Kosovo? How many stars appear on the national flag of Kosovo? Is it 3? It's 6. Need to double it up. Losing a life. Moving to Drew Dave Tom. Alexander Hamilton is a song in what musical? Hamilton is correct, yes. Moving on to the sign-up Z. Who does a bride marry? Who does a bride marry? The groom? Yes, yeah. Yes, indeed. Moving on to Coolio. From which country is the author Antoine de Saint-Exupéry? Anyone she wants is more accurate, really. France is correct for that one, yes. Moving to AM and the PM in the musical Grease. What is Danny's surname? Zuko is correct. Moving to Diamond Ninja. Which US senator was responsible for the anti-communist campaign of the 1950s? Yeah, I know, Claire. I just have to go with what's on the card, unfortunately. I don't know. It's not the right answer. We're looking for Joseph McCarthy. Going to lose in life. Moving on to Royal Flush. A lunation is another name for a lunar period of what time? Yeah, I know you're not, Claire. I know you're not. A month, except 28 days. That's absolutely fine for me. Moving to Adster. In which country would you find the Maya ruins? In which country would you find the Maya ruins? It's Mexico. Down to 2 lives. Moving to Rob the 12th. Who created David? A masterpiece of Renaissance sculpture. I mean, who created David? Need an answer, Rob? Need an answer? Out of time. We're looking for Michelangelo. You did answer. Unfortunately, it came just after the wrong answer bell. So be careful again. Watch out for chat because chat is king. You were right though. Michelangelo is what we're looking for. At the end of the first pass, Dev, It's Sportsy, Super Patrick, Diamond Ninja, Adster, and Rob. You need to get your next question right, otherwise you will be eliminated. Back for the second pass, and we go back again to Dev at podium number 1. Your question for survival: what part of a cola tree is used to flavour beverages? In the past world. Probably not in the current world, but in the past world. What part of a cola tree is used to flavour beverages? Cola nut. Not the leaf. Cola nut. That is wrong. So I'm afraid we have to say goodbye to you. Moving on to Toshi. In which decade did live television begin? In which decade did live television begin? I mean, in what country? I presume in all countries. Oh, heck, the 30s? No, it's the 50s. Down to 2 lives. Moving to It's Sportsy. I can only accept what says there. Which space agency launched the Ranger lunar probe? Which space agency? It was NASA, yes. Moving on to Baron Ryder. Who wrote The Great Gatsby? Who wrote The Great Gatsby? Scott Fitzgerald. F. Scott Fitzgerald is correct. Moving to Milk. Sitka is an island city in which extreme northern US state. Alaska is correct. Moving to Oh Hey. What is a baby beaver called? What is a baby beaver called? Is it a cub? It's a kitten. But you're through to round number 2. Moving to Super Patrick. Strelitzia reginae is a plant known as the bird of what? Jeez. Strelitzia reginae. No idea. I wouldn't know either. It's bird of paradise, actually. The more you know. Unfortunately, Super Patrick, that is all your lives gone. We have to say goodbye. Moving to Drew Dave Tom. In Roald Dahl story, the BFG. What does BFG stand for? Big Friendly Giant is correct. Moving to the Sign-Up Z. Which board game did Alfred M. Butt invent by studying the front page of the New York Times? Which board game? Scrabble is correct. Moving to Coolio. What is Jimmy Buffett nibbling on in the first line of Margaritaville? Is it an olive? No, it's a sponge cake, but you are through to round number 2. Moving to AM and the PM. For which sport is the Ryder Cup given? No, it's not sailing, it's golf, but you are through to round number 2. Moving to Diamond Ninja, you need this to survive. Which 1990 gangster film starred Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci? Why am I getting questions I don't know the answer to? Unfortunately, there's just luck. Goodfellas are what we're looking for. We have to say goodbye to you, Diamond Ninja. Moving to Royal Flush. What is the most widespread religion in India? What is the most widespread religion in India? Hinduism is correct. Moving to Answer for Survival. Which online streaming service won an Emmy in 2017 for an episode of Black Mirror? Netflix is correct, and you're through to round number 2. Moving to Rob the 12th. Need an answer here for this question. In 1914, which former US president led an Amazon expedition? Need an answer, Rob, otherwise you'll be eliminated. Is it Winston? No, it is Theodore Roosevelt, and that is an elimination and the end of round 1. And that's the end of that round.
4 down, 11 to go. And those eliminated are Burial Dev, Super Patrick 10, Diamond _N1 J _ and Rob _ 12. Of the remaining 11 contestants, 5 still have their 3 lives intact.
Baron Ryder, Milk Like, Drew Dave, Tom, Synapse, and Royal all have their 3 lives still intact. 11 survive to round number 2. So we'll start off with the first live podium from the left, which will actually be Toshi at podium number 2. And we keep going down the line until someone gives me a right answer, after which point it is then nominating the next podium by their number. Get a question wrong, you lose a life. All your lives are exhausted, then you are out. And we keep going until only 3 players are still standing. So it is now 11 to 3. Here we go. And let's play 11 to 3. Why not? That's why not call round number 2 11 to 3 in this case. And we go to Toshi, opponent number 2. Your question. What is the name of Dora the Explorer's monkey friend? What is the name of Dora the Explorer's monkey friend? Is it Boots? It is Boots. I don't know what the extra character is, but you are right. Please pick a number. Ah, it's that emoji. It is box zoom. Okay. Well, you get to pick a number here, Toshi. Number, Toshi. Number, not name. So 13 in this case. And just the number. There we go. Moving to Royal Flush. In which decade was Elvis Presley's first concert? In which decade? Is it the 1940s? 1 decade out. It's the 1950s. Losing a life. Back to Toshi for another number. Going to number 6. Oh, hey. What Canadian province is often called the cradle of New France? Quebec is correct. Please pick a number. Going to the sign-up Z. In zoology, which order of mammals include apes, monkeys, and man? Hello, ape. Primates is correct. Please pick a number. You've been identified, ape. Go to number 3. It's Sportsy. Your question. In the English alphabet, A, E, I, O, and U are all what? What are they? They are indeed vowels. Please pick a number. They're worth 250. You know what? I probably would have accepted that as an answer, Toad. Milk, your question. Cu is the symbol for what element? Copper is correct. Please pick a number. I probably would have accepted that as a meme answer, Toad. Go to number 11, AM and the PM. In which country was the painter Frida Kahlo born? Mexico is correct. Please pick a number. Go to number 2, Toshi. What company introduced commercially the first widespread video cassette in 1971? What company? Is it Sony? It is Sony, yes indeed. Please pick a number. Really, Whiskers? Number 10, Coolio, your question. Which Arctic bird has the most feathers per square inch? You haven't answered yet, Whiskers. Is it the tern? How's the penguin? You're down to 1 life. Back to Toshi for another number, please. Come here, Whiskers. Come here. Go to It's Sportsy. What leather cut from the inside of the hide is fuzzy on both sides? Is it the hide? No, it's the suede. Down to 1 life. Back to Toshi for another number, please. Come here. Go to Baron Ryder. In which country is the Gibson Desert? Australia is correct. Please pick a number. Goes to number 13, Royal Flush. How many times was Bill Clinton elected president of the US? Twice. Yeah, I can accept that. Please pick a number. Number 3, It's Sportsy. Who wrote the 1932 novel of Black Mischief? You didn't, Whiskers. I don't think you did. Come here. Is it Dawson? No, it's Evelyn Woe, or Wow, or how the hell you pronounce that surname. Unfortunately, It's Sportsy, that's the last of your lives, so we have to say goodbye, but thank you very much for playing. War, thank you. Back to Royal Flush for the number, please. What is it good for? I don't know, absolutely nothing to me. Number 10, Coolio, your question. What is the name of Beethoven's only opera? What is the name of Beethoven's only opera? Come on, Whiskers. Fidelio is correct. Please pick a number. Don't mention the war. Number 6, going to Oh Hey. The Thénardier Waltz is from what stage musical? What musical is it, Whiskers? The Thénardier Waltz. Is it Phantom? No, Les Miserables. Les Miserables. Down to 1 life. Back to Coolio for another number, please. Number 2, Toshi. Which British architect designed the Millennium Dome? Is it Hex Me? No, it's Richard Rogers. You're down to 1 life. Back to Coolio for another number, please. Come here. Come on, then. Come on then, Whiskers. Going to Ben. Cosmetics is another word for what type of beauty product? Well, this could be any sort of synonym. Makeup is the one we had, though. Please pick a number. Come here, Whiskers. Come on. Come on. Here you go. Say hi to chat. Back to Toshi. The first Schengen Agreement was signed in what decade? Just want to say, Ben, avoid back nominating if you can, please. First Schengen Agreement was in the 80s, I'm afraid. So that's the end of your game there, Toshi. Hard luck. That's fine, Ben. Just as a friendly reminder there. But it's back to you now for another number. Oh, it wasn't back. I thought it was back, but I might be wrong. Anyway. Going to number 11, AM the PM. Because what you're doing. The Paramillo Airport is located in which South American country? I know what you want. You want some treats, don't you? Let me get you on the sticks. Is it Argentina? No, it is Venezuela. You're down to 1 life. Back to Ben for another number, please. Let me get you one of these dental stick things. Number 6. Oh, hey. Your question, oh, hey, is a rhetorical question. Is one that doesn't require what? An answer. Absolutely. Except this one does. That's more an irony rather than rhetoric. But anyway, please pick a number. Sorry, I didn't. You answered too early. Sorry about that. There we go. Drew Dave Tom. A Simran is a means of meditation in what Indian religion? Hindu. Sikhism is what we're looking for, I'm afraid. Down to 2. Is it ironic, don't you think? Oh, let's not get into irony. Back to only for another. Oh, hi. See, sorry. For another. Whiskers, you're getting in the way. Milk like Emmett Forrest is a Lord teaching assistant in what musical? It's suddenly become a very frenetic version of 15 to 1 on my end. No, it's Legally Blonde. We're down to 2 lives. Please pick another number, please. Oh, hey. Going to number 4. Baron Ryder, your question. What's the only Portuguese-speaking country in South America? Brazil is correct. Please pick a number. I know you want these sticks, Whiskers. Oh, you... Don't cough. Don't cough. Going to Asda, number 14. In which decade was Lyndon B. Johnson president? There you go. Are you okay? Is it the 1940s? No, 1960s. Down to 1 life. You okay, Whiskers? You're sneezing a lot. You okay? You must be, because you just ate up that treat stick. If you're just sneezing then. You okay? Do we need to get you sorted out at the vets or something? Now, it wasn't a hairball. I don't think it was. I normally know the sound of a hairball coming up. Didn't sound like a hairball to me, but maybe wrong. Anyway, back to Baron Ryder for another number, please. Sorry for the delay. Going to Oh Hey. What type of clothing item is a Homburg? There you go. Is it a jacket? No, it is a hat. And unfortunately, Oh Hey, that is the end of your game, but very well played up to that point. Back to Baron Ryder for the number, please. Number 11, AM to PM. What is the fear of spiders called? What's the fear of spiders called? Arachnophobia is correct. Please pick a number. Number 13, Royal Flush. Ben. Which scientific term means a measure of resistance to flow in a liquid? There you go. Need that to Ben. Ohm. I know where you're going for with resistance. Unfortunately, not what we're looking for. Viscosity is what we're looking for there. Down to a single life. Back to AM and the PM for another number, please. Basically, viscosity is sort of the liquidy version of an ohm. Coolio, a lyric in Itsy Bitsy Spider is out came the sun and dried up all the what? A rain is correct. Please pick a number. Yeah, the mental blocks, man. The mental blocks. Number 14, go to Adster. Which Italian word describes a person that hides their identity or uses another name? Is it alias? No, incognito is the one we're looking for there. I'm afraid that's all your lives exhausted. We have to say goodbye. Back to Coolio for another number, please. Number 4, Baron Ryder, your question is, which country has the internet domain of .ch? Is it the Czech Republic? No, it is Switzerland. Down to 2 lives. Back to Coolio for another number, please. We have 7 players still standing. We need to say goodbye to 4 more. Sign up Z, over to you. Champagne mixed with orange juice is better known as what drink? Champagne mixed with orange juice is better known as what drink? Fuzzy navel. No, it's a mimosa. Down to 2 lives. Back to Coolio for another number, please. Number 13. Ben, your question. In which galaxy is Earth located? In which galaxy? The Milky Way galaxy, absolutely. Please pick a number. Number 8. Drude Tom, your question is, in which country would you find Delphi? I mean, the programming language is everywhere, but this one we're looking for is Greece. Down to 1 life. Back to Royal Flush for another number, please. Number 5. Milk Like, your question is, on a car, what colour are the brake lights? I honestly would, Jack Wilford, because I know a Bucks. I would know a Bucks Fizz for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day parties. So I would have accepted Bucks Fizz on that occasion. Red is correct. Milk, please pick a number. Number 4, Baron Ryder. What gambling game is named from the French for small wheel? Roulette is correct. Please pick a number. The small wheel. Coolio, the gemstone tanzanite is mined near the base of what African mountain? I know what I should have done actually in that case. Hang on. Which one do I need to turn down? This one. I should have done this. Is it Kilimanjaro? I know you mean by Kilimanjaro. Yes. I'll accept that as an answer. What I should have done for the small wheel is done this. Bring the volume down. Coolio, please pick a number. Oh, thank you for the follow there, Tara Bean. Greatly appreciated. Over to Ben. Mr. Cellophane is a song from which musical? Mr. Cellophane. Chicago is correct. Please pick a number. Going to number 9. Sign up Z. What undead creatures attacks Brad Pitt in World War Z? Zombies is correct. Z is what you wanted me to say. Sign up Z. Pick a number, please. Milk Like, your question. What is the name of Germany's largest battleship that was sunk in World War II? On my end, it says 16 followers to go only. I have 984 on my end, apparently. The Bismarck is what I'm looking for there, not me boat. Down to 1 life. Back to Sign Up Z for another number, please. Number 4, Baron Ryder. In which decade was actress Helen Mirren born? (1960s). No, 1940s. You're down to 1 life now. Back to Sign Up Z for another number, please. Only Sign Up Z left with 2 lives intact. Everyone else is on 1. Coolio, your question. What was US President Gerald Ford's middle name? Gerald blank Ford. Fill in the blank. Rudolph is correct. Please pick a number. And another follow has gone through. I'm on now 985 on my end. AM the PM, your question. What denomination of US currency does Ulysses S. Grant appear on? What denomination of US currency? Is it the $50? It is the $50 bill. Well played. Please pick a number. Going to number 8, Drew Dave Tom. According to the title of the 2006 film, The Devil Wears what fashion brand? Prada is correct. Please pick a number. Still 7 surviving. Only Sign Up Z with 2 lives intact. Everyone else is on 1. Number 13, going to Ben. My Word Is My Bond is a memoir by actor Sir Roger Who? Moore is correct. Please pick a number. Don't know where my whiskers has disappeared. The Devil Wears Primark. That sounds like a woo clue to me. Goes to number 4, Baron Ryder. Which Russian playwright built the White Dacha in Yalta? Yes. Or Dacha in Yalta. I don't know. Is it Dostoevsky? No, it is Chekhov. And we have to say goodbye to you, Baron Ryder, but very well played. Back to Ben for another number, please. The Devil Wears Gap. Going to number 10, Coolio. What Japanese military class followed the code of Bushido? Samurai is correct. Please pick a number. The Devil Wears Next. Number 8, Drew Dave Tom, your question. Periodontal disease deals with what area of your mouth? Hire a samurai. No, not the tongue, I'm afraid. It is the gums. So I have to say goodbye. Coolio, another number, please. 5 still standing, another 2 have to go. Number 9, Sign Up Z, your question. Which US city displays a large sign declaring it the biggest little city in the world? The Devil Wears George by Astor. Is it Reno NV? It is Reno NV. Please pick a number. Nevada. Go to number 5, milk-like substance. What word represents the letter T in the NATO phonetic alphabet? Tango is correct. Please pick a number. Number 13, Ben, your question is, if someone offers assistance, they are said to offer a helping what? Hand is correct. Please pick a number. Number 11, AM the PM. Baz Luhrmann adapted which Shakespeare play for film? Is it Romeo and Juliet? It is. Please pick a number. And we continue on. Number 9, Sign Up Z. The watery fluid in plants has what 3-letter name? Sap is correct. Another number, please. Milk Like, your question. The 80s UK sitcom of Fine Romance co-stars Judy who? Dench is correct. Another number, please. Number 13, back to Ben. The city of Portland is located in which US state? Come on, man, you got this. Yes, Oregon is correct. Another number, please. Number 10, Coolio, your question. In music notation, how many demi-semi-quavers are in one crotchet? 8 is correct. Another number, please. Number 11, AM and PM, your question. What scientist and mathematician was credited with discovering gravity? Newton is correct. Another number, please. Number 5, Milk, your question is, what number is XIV in Roman numerals? 14 is correct. Another number, please. Going to be like this for a while, apparently. Number 10. Coolio, your question is, which branch of the US Armed Forces bears the initials of USCG? I was wondering why they're like that, but yeah, I'll accept Coast Guard. You got the critical part of that. Number, please. Number 13, Ben. A droite is French for what direction? Which way will you go? You went the right way. Please pick a number. Number 11, AM and the PM. What is the name for the layer of gases that surrounds a planet? What is the name for the layer of gases that surrounds a planet? You got me, GG. We were looking for atmosphere. Very well played up to that point, but unfortunately you are out of lives. Back to Ben for another number. Only 4 in now. Just one more needs to fall before we move to the final. Number 5, Milk. Your question is, what extinct creatures are classified as lizard-hipped and bird-hipped? Dinosaurs is correct. Another number, please. Number 9, Sign Up Z. Question is, who was the vice president to Bill Clinton? Al Gore is correct. A number, please. Number 10, Coolio. A Parisian is a native of what European city? Really on this France theme. Paris is correct. A number, please. Number 13, Ben. In the game Monopoly, what land vehicle is a playing token? Car is correct. Hard to get they, maybe. Please pick a number. Number 5, Milk, your question. A scream queen is a star of films in what genre? Horror. Horror is correct. Please pick a number. Number 9, Sign Up Z. Burning potassium gives flame what colour? Is it white? No, it's purple. And now all the surviving players are on 1 life apiece. Back to Milk for another number. Number 13, Ben. What is an ostrich said to bury in the sand? Its head is correct. A number, please. It's all sudden death now. First one to give me a wrong answer will be out, so we'll be moving on with the rest. Coolio, in which bar sport is it possible to hit a bullseye? Darts is correct. Number, please. Number 5, Milk. Which singer released the 2002 album Justified? Is it Madonna? No. Justin Timberlake. Clues in the name, potentially. And Milk, you are the final player to knock out in round number 2, and that is the end of that round. Very well held out, though. Let's have a look at the stats of our final players. So, podium number 9, Sign Up Z, faced a total of 9 questions. Coolio, you faced a total of 12 questions. And Ben, you faced a total of 14 questions out of all. So Ben, out of the final 3 here, you saw the most questions. And each player survives with a single life each. So, podiums number 9, 10 and 13, please join me in the 15-1 final.
The 3 surviving contestants in today's 15-1 final are the Synapse, an ophthalmic laboratory technician from Dominican Republic; Coolio 1223, a puppy sniffer from Ushtabash Satik; and Royal_Flush, a Phil Mitchell impersonator from the East End of London.
So this is the 15-1 final. So there are 40 questions in this round, and we've converted the lives you had from round number 2 into points, so you all start on 1. We start on the buzzers, so get yourself some exclamation marks, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of them ready. First that buzzes in then gives me a text response to the answer within 8 seconds. If you're right, you get yourself 10 points. If you're wrong, you will lose a life. First player to give me 3 correct answers in this round will then activate, question, or nominate. If you like to take a question, you say the word question and it'll give you control of the question. If you like to nominate someone else to face the next question, you will say nominate and then the full name of the player to see the next question. And we keep going in this sort of manner until all 40 questions have expired, or all the lives have been expired on all players, whichever happens first. So the winner is either the sole surviving player or the player that has the highest score at the end. So good luck. Yeah, buzzer is 2, 3, 4, or 5 exclamation marks, either in public chat or whisper. Whoever buzzes in first then gets to answer, and they must answer within 8 seconds. Good luck to you all. Let's play the final. And also, it does mean that you are guaranteed 10,000 doots at this point anyway for you 3 survivors. Get ready on the buzzers. Here comes your first question. What's a group of lions called? Synapse. A pride is correct. Next question. The markswoman Annie Oakley was born in what century? Is anyone going to chance this? Anyone going to chance this? It would seem not. No, Synapse is. They have buzzed in, needed to give me an answer now. Is it the 1800s? Yeah. It's a way of describing it, I suppose. I'll take it. Next question. What does the R stand for in the USSR? Coolio. Need an answer? Republic is correct. I'll accept that. Next question. What was the nickname given to Ivan IV? Ivan the Terrible is correct. Now 3 correct answers for you, Synapse. So, question or nominate? I will accept the pluralization difference because of typos. Synapse, your question is Titian and Tintoretto painted profusely in what city of canals? Jesus Christ, the alliteration in that question is quite nice. Venice is correct, though. Question or nominate? Sorry, Titian. Birmingham. Question. Hermit spider and blue are all types of which creature? Crab is correct. Question or nominate? Taking another question. Rohit Sharma is an Indian star of what sport? Rohit Sharma is an Indian star of what sport? Soccer or football, I know what you mean, but no, it is cricket. Generally, always go with cricket in this case. So, since you nominated to go for a question yourself, this next one will be on the buzzers. So, 3 players, fingers on buzzers. Here's the next question. In the phonetic alphabet, what word is used to describe the letter K? Ben. Kilo is correct. You have control. Question or nominate? Excuse you, phone. You're taking a question. Ben, your question is, which French colony was purchased by the US in 1803? We're really on this French theme today. Should probably have some Parisian music in the background. It's not Montreal, it's Louisiana. The Louisiana Purchase, potentially. So, that is a life lost, and because you were nominated for a question, we are back on the buzzers. So, fingers on buzzers, players. Your next question. In 2010, 33 men were rescued in a mine in what country? Chile is correct. You have control, Coolio. Question or nominate? Taking a question. The hot condiment wasabi is generally from what part of the plant? It is the root. Yes. Question or nominate? Taking another question. Pop Idol was the British version of what singing competition show? American Idol is correct. Question or nominate? Toshi's woken up from the wasabi. I thought it was the other way around, but anyway, question. Who was Barack Obama's vice president? Joe Biden is correct. Question or nominate? Taking another question. What woman was arrested for voting in the 1872 election for US president? I think we're in the US. trivia section here. Is it Shelley, Susan B. Anthony, and you lose a life? So again, because you nominated to take a question yourself, we are back on the buzzers. Fingers on buzzers. Here is your next question. Which African leader's autobiography was entitled The Long Walk to Freedom, Coolio? Is it Mandela? It is Mandela. You have control. Question or nominate? Questioneron or nomineron? I don't know if that's the right translation for it, but it'd be nice if it was. Nominating Synapse Z. Your question, Synapse Z. Isabella Swan is the lead of which series of vampire books? Twilight is correct. You have control. Question or nominate? You're taking a question. What do you call the Chinese treatment of illness with needles? What do you call the Chinese treatment? It is acupuncture. Question or nominate? Taking another question. Your question is, what is the largest possible three-digit number? 999 is correct. Question or nominate? Spoilers. Before someone says it. Question. Which Enid Blyton septet first appeared in 1949? Which Enid Blyton septet first appeared in 1949? Need an answer? Is it the Magnificent Seven? No. Secret Seven. You're down to one life, and again, because you nominated to take a question yourself, we are back on the buzzers. Be careful, Synapsing. Your next wrong answer will take you out of the game, even if you are in the lead. Fingers on buzzers. 3 players. Here's your next question. What unit of measurement is used for fuel wood? Synapse Z. What unit of measurement is used for fuel wood? Is it the calorie? Says here it's the cord, I'm afraid, so that is a wrong answer. That's your last life exhausted, and we have to say goodbye. Did feel like a bit of a weird question, that one, anyway. So, Coolio and Royal Flush, you're still in play. Fingers on buzzers. Here's your next question. The word demode is borrowed from which European language? Demode. 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 Anyone want a chance at Coolio? Is it French? It is French, yes. Oh, Kazvez. Gifting a sub there to the Synapse Z for 3rd place. Thank you very much for that gifted sub, Kazvez. Greatly appreciated. Coolio, you have control. Question or nominate. You're taking a question. Jesus, you were waiting for that. What food is created when grapes are dried? Raisins is correct. Question or nominate. Also, while I'm thinking about it. Taking a question. Your question is, what type of fruit would you pick from a Mirabelle tree? What I can do is I can just do that as we play it. So Silence has just been gifted 10,000 doots there. What type of fruit would you pick from a Mirabelle tree, Coolio? Is it... I know you're going for plum, and I know that P and L are very close together. There's only so far I can go with accepting typos. I don't know if I can go that far, unfortunately. That's fine, okay. So, down to 1 life. And again, you're nominated for a question yourself, so we are back on the buzzers again. So Coolio and Royal Flush. Fingers on those buzzers. Here is your next question. How many legs does a freshwater shrimp have? How many legs does a freshwater shrimp have? Anyone want to chance this? A lot, says Jack Wilfred. The answer we're looking for is... 10. 10 is what we're looking for, so not as many as you probably think. Certainly more than me. I only have 2. Here's the next question. Again, on the buzzers. In the TV series MASH, what did the letter S stand for? That's Victoria Coren Mitchell. Oh, Jesus. Let's not get into that one now. In MASH, what does the letter S stand for? Again, are we chancing this? And don't say it's several, even though it is an S. Coolio's going for it, though. It's buzzing in. Surgical is correct. You have control. Question or nominate. Bearing in mind you are on 1 life, so a wrong answer will mean you are out. And Royal Flush will be the winner. We're going to nominate Royal Flush. What's the name for transparent painted nails with white tips? What's the name for transparent painted nails with white tips? Is it varnish? No, it's a French manicure. You're down to one life. Again with the French. Back to Coolio. Question or nominate? $14 questions left. You're going to nominate Ben to survive. What type of farm vehicle is a Massey Ferguson 135? It is a tractor. Good punt. Question nominate, Ben. For survival. What do you want to do? Question or nominate? You're going to nominate Coolio. In geometry, a rectangle has how many sides? 4 is correct. Question or nominate? Yeah, there's not many options for farm vehicle, really. Nominating Ben. Your question, Ben, is in what century was Leonardo da Vinci born? Which century? 15th is correct. Question or nominate? Nominating Coolio. Dogs and cats can wear collars to kill what insect parasites? Fleas is correct. Question or nominate? 10 questions left now. Coolio with the points lead, but you are both on a single life here. Nominating Ben. What's the zodiac sign for someone born on May 15th? So 1 in 12 at the guess. Taurus is correct, though. Question or nominate? Oh, here we go. 70 points to the difference at the moment, but they're on one life each. Back to Coolio. Which member of the animal kingdom has gills? Fish is correct. Question or nominate? Going back to Ben. Who played the title character of in Lawrence of Arabia? Who played the title character in Lawrence of Arabia? Laurence Olivier. No, it's Peter O'Toole. That's the last life, and we have to say goodbye, Ben, but very well played. And a good second place. So that means I can give Ben 25,000 doots there for that finish. Finishing on 41. Coolio, you are our winner on this game, which means you will be getting, I might as well do it now, while I'm in the doots mode. You get yourself 50,000 doots for that. Apparently I'm adding 50,000 to no one. Coolio 1223 gets the 50,000 dupes. There we go. And there was a gifted sub, a tier 2 sub no less, from Kazvez to Coolio there. Oh my goodness, Kazvez, that's immensely generous of you. Thank you very much for that as well. So Coolio, you are the survivor. You have one life. You're on 121 points. If you can get through the next 7 questions correct, then you get yourself an extra 80 points added to your total, so you could end on 201 points here if you can get through all the remaining questions. These are just for you now. You are the winner. Let's just get through as many as we can. Let's see how far you can get. Coolio, here's your next question. A unit of heat energy is called a watt. It's a calorie, yes. Type, obviously, casing is a weird one there, but I don't care about casing. Next question. What drink did pharmacist John S. Pemberton invent in 1886? Which one are you going to go for? Need an answer. Coke. That's fine for me. I will accept that as Coca-Cola. Next question. Which force counteracts centrifugal force? Centripetal is correct. The Kentucky Derby is held annually at what racecourse? Centripetal or centripetal, however you would like to say it on that one. Kentucky Derby is held annually at what racecourse? Can you get it? Need an answer? Churchill Downs is correct. Great answer. Which now successful billionaire co-founded Microsoft with Paul Allen? Steve Jobs. Oh, you went the wrong way. It's Gates. Bill Gates. And that's the end of your run. You went the wrong way. You went with Apple. And that is the end of that game. Coolio, you end on 161. For some reason, you have been darkened, which is, I don't know why it happens, but sometimes it happens. But Coolio, you are the winner with 161. Let's see if it adds you to the leaderboard. It did not. That is a bug. I need to add you to the leaderboard. You will be in second place ahead of Proogs there with a score of 161. And that means we do have our 15 places on the leaderboard filled. However, some of them may not be present. So that is the end of that game. Thank you very much to all our competitors. And join us again for the next episode, whenever it happens, of 15 to 1. If you'd won with 41, what it will do is it will just take your highest score and put that on the leaderboard. So if you improve your score, you'll move up. And if you don't, then it will stay where you were. I think, if I remember rightly. Okay, so that is the end of 15 to 1. And I say that was going to be the end of the gaming this stream because I want to do some chatty chat stuff at the end. Shouldn't take too long, but I do want to do some chatty chat. Also, wheel things as well. Yeah, that thing. So we'll do one more wheel redemption. So if we close that off, let's do another wheel redemption. This one, we're going to say the keyword is France. France is the keyword if you'd like to enter into this giveaway of some doots. Give me the word of France, please. Right. Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much for playing. Obviously, you don't have to stick around if you're not interested in the last part of this stream. Oh, by the way, this came in the post. Let's see if I can lift it carefully. Way back when, it was quite a while ago actually now, with Ben's stream, when we did the can I maximise my screen? That's a good idea actually. Let me do that. We obviously had Ben's charity stream, and I made one of the big donations with the win on Deal or No Deal, and one of the things that Ben asked me about was that, you donated a great amount there. Would it be okay if, or would you want Megs to do a drawing of an animal or something? And I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. And the idea came up of, why don't we get a drawing of Whiskers sorted? So Megs very kindly has done a drawing of Whiskers, and here is the likeness. We've gone very holy because we've got the ring light on, but there you go. There is the drawing of Whiskers from Megs. Let's see if I can get it in the right position to get it nice and centered. There we go. Holy Whiskers there indeed. It's a very nice drawing. Thank you, Megs, for that. It's very nice, and be able to put that up on the wall. Now that I've just taken it off the wall, it's going to take a while for me to put it back up again, so I'm going to put it down here for the time being, if you don't mind. But it'll go up again later. But it's, yeah, absolutely lovely drawing that. I'm going to put up, and I need to get some other artwork in here, because you can say the walls are rather bare. The wall nearly sounds like the wheel. What does Whiskers think of the drawing? She's very indifferent about the drawing. I did show her the drawing, but she was like, I don't know what this is. I don't care. And yeah, Megs is free for commissions. Get in touch on with Royal Flush over on his Discord if you want to do that, or if you have contact with her on Facebook or something, maybe you can do it that way. But I won't say go and bombard her. Is it right or is it wrong? Yeah, stuff like that is happening. Bank balancey stuff or whatever. Watch along is happening in the Discord afterwards. Right, let's pick our giveaway winner this time round for the France keyword. And that winner is Jerry Ellis. Jerry has won the giveaway. So, Jerry, this spin is for you. Let me put that over there. Let me press the magic button and move the webcam over. And let's give this wheel a spin. So Jerry currently has 2,900 votes. How many more can we add? Let's find out. Let's give it a spin. Ooh! 50,000! That's a win and a half! 50,000 dudes! Look at that! Just like that, Jerry has shot up to 52,900 doots. Goodness me. Very well played for that. We still haven't hit the mystery yet. We don't know what that is until it happens. For now, it shall remain a mystery. So, let's talk about community stuff and stream stuff for a little bit. I'm going to try and keep chat open while I do this. I'm not going to put all the direct responses on stream because I would like to keep them anonymous since you're able to do so. I know that a lot of people did give you names, but again, I don't want to necessarily identify your responses out, so I'm going to just keep them on my screen for the time being, and I'll just talk through the stuff as I see it. So, I'm a bit off-centered. Yes, you're right. Let me move that back there. There we go. So, I mean, the first question really, how did you discover my Twitch stream? This is just for my curiosity. It's no surprise that it's Bother's Bar and the YouTube videos, essentially, of what brought most people through. A couple were from Twitter, but again, that's expected. No surprises there at all. When you remember roughly you first encountered my stream, anywhere from 2018 onwards to the present day. Again, no big surprise there. Which of the following games have you seen/played? Looks like the majority, the biggest hit here is 1 versus 100 as a mob player. Again, no big surprise because it's very easy to join in, and you can join in while the game is live as well. After that, the next highest is actually Winning Lines as a mob player. As a hot seat player, 15 to 1. It's difficult to describe whether you're a mob or a hot seat player. I guess a 15 to 1 is more likely you're a hot seat player on that game, which makes sense. Again, not real major surprises. Just want to see who can remember what games they've played. Now, the rating of each show. This is mostly what I expected to see, really. There's a lot of like for 1 versus 100 US, and there's an even amount of like and love for 1 versus 100 Dutch, but there's more like than love on US game. But no one hated the US game. Someone hated the Dutch version, apparently. There is a single vote for hate there, but we'll leave that. Other games, it's a standard kind of curve. I'm not, sort of expecting it. Duel, a lot of people love Duel, and it sort of tapers off. Impossible is only a neutral vote, really, majority. Again, I completely understand that. It's not the best game. It could do with being the full game, really, to better get an understanding of how Impossible works. It is Battle Royale format is a bit of a sort of kludgy way of implementing it. It needs to be the full game, really, if it were to come back, because it's harder to write questions for Impossible as well versus other games. Million Duke Drop, there's not many votes for. Again, that's understandable because it's been a while since we played it, but generally liked. Match Game was generally liked as well, but not directly loved. Outright, though. Outright, there is a humongous vote for love. It far outweighs all other votes in all other games. You all just love Outright. It's quite impressive. Out of the 46 responses, 34 of you said love Outright, which, I mean, I was expecting it to get a decent score, but I was not expecting it to get such a heavily weighted score like that. There were 7 that said that they like Outright, 1 said neutral, and 1 said dislike. So the vast majority of you just absolutely adore Outright. I mean, it's a great show. I guess there's no denying it's a great show. I'm just in this really weird situation that was my first original idea, and it's very hard for me now to try and replicate that success on a successive new idea. I've sort of resigned myself to figuring that the next idea I'm going to do isn't going to have the same success as Outright, because it's going to be very difficult to replicate that. Hopefully Relativity is still going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to be very difficult to be able to replicate that kind of success. That's what I'll say. And there's still a lot of stuff to play with in Outright as well. We haven't seen the full limits of that game. So there's still more to come. Time Shock was also very heavily loved as well, despite it only having the one special episode. But the style of quizzing is very different to what we've seen anywhere else. And clearly people really love the format, especially if they've not seen the format before and not familiar with it original in the Japanese game show world. So, yeah, clearly people love Time Shock and would like to see more of it in future. Now, you say Time Shock Game 2 when, Topper One Gaming? I can tell you now that this mystery wedge here, if you hit it, what I was planning to do was actually give you a run at one of the unused stacks of the final Time Shock. So then you can get to earn lots of doots that way. So if you hit the mystery wedge, I know it's spoiled, but I wanted to tell you what it is. The mystery wedge, if you hit that, then you get to play a final Time Shock of one of the unused stacks we've still got. And you can win however many dukes that will be. So, heck, we could even make that a really crazy 1 million duke game or something if you can get all 12. So, that's something to look forward to, because as we do have those questions still to use, and I think that's a nice way to do it, is on a 1 in 14 chance of hitting it on the wheel, giving you a chance to play a Time Shock, especially for those that didn't have a chance to play it before. It's a great way of getting other people in as well. It's a good surprise. So we could just do something like that, and maybe there's scope later on in the run of this stream that we can do another Time Shock, but certainly not right now. Maybe next year is what I'll say, because there are reservations later on the questionnaire that I need to talk about. Turnabout neutral, I get that. It's a nice, very simple, ready to go game, but some don't like the team format because it's a bit too frenetic, and again I can understand that. And I've also said that it kind of works better as a warm-up game, so it might end up being, if I do end up actually doing warm-up games or something while the stream wakes up, then Turnabout becomes that. It's a nice simple way to do that. The Vault, decent voting. Winning lines, you like and love that. Wipeout, not many votes, but the majority vote is like, although there is one hate vote out there for Wipeout. I can understand Wipeout is a bit long, as we were talking about in Discord chats the other day. It is a bit long in its current format. Maybe it's better as a 3-board game rather than a 5-board game. And Woo Guest Show, yeah, you kind of like that. Not many votes, because probably not many people necessarily saw it of the current audience we have. But that was a guest show that we had on, courtesy of Toadboy et al. And I've already mentioned about their Twitter earlier. So, as for the stream length, you know what? This I can bring on stream actually, because they're sort of anonymized essentially. Let me bring this one on stream briefly. So it's kind of a divided split here. We've got people that are fine. The majority vote says stick to 8 p.m. and 2 hours long. Some say 8 p.m. 3 hours. Some say 7 p.m. 3 hours. Some say depends on the show. Some say 2.5 hours. Essentially, stick to... Oh, the wrong layout. That's a good point. Let me change the layout. There we go. Then you can actually see it. There we go. So the majority say stick to 8 p.m., but it's not a massive majority. Some say 8 p.m. 3 hours. Some say 7 p.m. 3 hours. Some say 2.5 hours. One even says to cut them back to 60 to 90 minutes as well. I don't think you can get enough time out of a stream to do that. So I think the majority just say, stick to what we're already used to on stream. 2 hours, but bleed over time is fine. Essentially, is what we're looking at as the going rate. So we shall stick to that. The majority vote for whether to do one game or multiple games per stream, as in different game shows, is to stick to the one game show. So I know Ben does his multiple game shows in his streams, and that works for him, I suppose. But you seem to be preferring me to just do one game show per stream, so we will continue to do that. There are a couple that say mix and match based on the content. So if it was a turnabout, then maybe do a turnabout on a different game. but I've already said that Turnabout could be a warm-up game instead of the primary content instead. Both are fine. It's do whatever you feel like doing. So sort of like a meh vote there. But the majority say stick to one game show per stream is absolutely fine. I guess it just depends on the sort of how you run the streams on an individual basis. Let me have a look at what we got next coming up. Okay, I'm keeping this one private because obviously there's all sorts of text here. So if you had a magic keyboard and mouse and was able to bring any quiz or game show to life on Twitch, so this is sort of like ideas for game shows to do. We've got Quiz Bowl, Proto Bowl, essentially University Challenge in a way is what he's saying. I don't know if that will work necessarily for me on Twitch, but maybe for other channels it could work. Spellbound, that's the question. Developing new ideas, I do want to do that, certainly. I just put this question on because I know there's a load of game shows out there that we've not seen or heard of or want to see more of again in future. That's why I put it on there. Only connecting 3D. Really, I've sort of delegated that now over to Ape and or anyone else that would really want to use Only Connect, so I'm kind of okay with sort of passing that buck. Rolling in it, it's an interesting suggestion, so getting some 3D physics in there. The Genius Invitational was mentioned multiple times, in fact, but again, don't think it really works as Twitch. Because it's just sort of like watching other people play. One person I think even said they would love Genius, but they'll probably prefer to watch a YouTube highlight video of it rather than as a live stream Twitch thing. I don't know, Grunkle's also thinking about doing an org or something on the Genius basis, the Grunkleness or something like that anyway, so I'll leave that to other people that want to do a bit more with that. Great British Bake Off, basically no real suggestions apart from any game with a social aspect of vaults, it might be worth having limited audience participation. Fair enough. Version of the modern US Press Your Luck, possibly your favourite game show right now. Big John already does a good job of that with the modern set, so go and subscribe to Big John for some Press Your Luck stuff, because he does that much better than I could do, and he has all the tech capabilities to do proper frame rules and that, so go and do that. And Yoshi also as well. Go and give them all a follow on Press Your Luck, because and he does prices. Big John does Prices Right as well. I think also he's wanting to do a Women's History Month special as well. I know there was a Black History Month special of various game shows he did previously, and he's probably doing Women's History Month to do women's. So if you're interested in that, go and subscribe to all the people. There's lots of people in the quizzing subculture that may interest you. Weakest Link, we did that as sort of a one-off thing at the end of a stream. Again, don't know if it worked necessarily well on stream because of time pressure. This 15 to 1 works fine because there's very little time pressure, and it's sort of a similar X number of people get a question right and survive kind of thing. 101 ways to leave a game show. That means I'd have to have 101 actual exits to the game show, and that feels like a lot of work. Double Dare as in Trebek. Scrabble, Taskmaster. Taskmaster falls into sort of the Genius bracket again. Scrabble, variations on that. An exit list. I'd love to do exit list at some point. Probably again not as a Twitch game, but I'd love to do exit list just as a thing. Could even do that as a Discord game maybe in future. Weakest Link got suggested. Every Second Counts. Again, love that show. Not maybe that could work on Twitch. May have to increase the number of seconds you gain because of Twitch delay. Greed, Team Dynamic could lead to some interesting interactions on voice. Yeah, maybe. 5 Minutes to the Fortune, good suggestion. The Genius suggestion. Go Stop, a fun little game show from my childhood that could possibly be upgraded to suit a more mature audience. Another Avanti and Outro or Joker. It's Not What You Know. That could work. That could definitely work. Cash Trapped, although Top has been doing that. 5 Minutes to the Fortune suggested again. Just new stuff. Every Second Counts has been suggested again. Celebrity Squares could work. Although there's a point to that later down on this list I want to talk about. Russian Roulette. Yeah. What sort of GSN US they've specifically said here, but Russian Roulette could work. Poker Face. that has problems in that you're not really playing for actual money, so a lot of the jeopardy is lost in that. But we could do something along those lines for Q&L and actual have prize money. I don't know. Bank job, but Top has already dealt with that in Discord. Pointless would be awesome. Now, we are getting to nearly 1,000 followers, so it's not completely out of the realm of possibilities. But the fact of the matter is that you'll have people answering questions to update the surveys, but then they'll know about the questions ahead of time to then think about pointless answers. So there's a bit of a problem there. If there was a way to avoid that, then pointless could be a great way to go. But unfortunately not quite there yet. More on that later, Matt. The Lie. Interesting suggestion there. Now You See It, another suggestion, great suggestion there. Who's Still Standing, another suggestion, kind of like that. Who Dares Wins, although that was done on Matt's stream way back when. Colour of Money. I know this is blasphemy, but I thought it'd be more sensible than fun than Deal or No Deal. I mean, we could do a jokey game of the Colour of Money instead of doing the wheel, maybe. You know. Tipping Point, getting the 3D physics out again. Any mini game quizzes based from Japan for the variety of whatever. The way I did it was a car crash for days, wins and all years. Maybe we do that. Colour of Money with some trivia stuff added would work well. Potentially so, yes. Right, those are all the suggestions. Some great suggestions there. I'll definitely mull those over. How long do you think a full season should be? Now, that's a question and a half. 12 say 3 month, 15 say 4 month, 13 say 6 month. No one has an opinion. Someone has no opinion. Someone has, I'm not counting. Someone says you can allow some flexibility, and someone says 10 months with a 2-month off season. I'm not doing a 10-month season. That's probably a bit too much. But the jury's out essentially as to whether it's 3, 4, or 6. The near majority say 4 month, and it's the middle value. So 4 month kind of makes the most sense out of all of those. But again, we can allow a couple of weeks either side of that. So we could probably look to being like 3 seasons a year then, essentially. 3 seasons a year is sort of the average we're looking at. So I will consider that going forward. That's sort of about where it's going to be before Duke resets happen. So yeah, 12 to 16 weeks, something along those lines. Yeah. Do you have any opinions on the Duke reward system? A lot of people said 1 versus 100 is a problem. And I'm not surprised. It definitely is a problem. It needs to be rectified. So yeah, the various values of other games are going to be bumped up to make it at least a little more on an even keel versus the stratospheric totals that come from 1 versus 100. That's the prevailing problem that people have, really, is the distribution and weighting versus the different shows. Everyone say it's brilliant, fun system. Addition of the wheel is a good idea. Although there's a couple that don't engage with it, which again, I guess is fair enough. If you're not completely invested in it, that's no problem as well. If possible, it would be nice if you had something to do with winning real world prizes, as each Duke counts as an entry into prize draw, for example. Yeah, obviously there's parallels there against Ben's penny system over on his stream. There's many more things we can do with Dutes in future, and it could be that you can redeem them for some real world thing or whatever, so they'll actually have some proper value. But I've not really put a lot of thought into that, so I will think about it and see what else we can do with Dutes in the future. It's good for people who are on the more competitive side, but sometimes can act as a demotivator, as a constant reminder that you're not at the level or feel that I'm obligated to show up for everything. I can understand that feeling quite strongly as well. If you're not in the top echelon of the games, or you're not coming on a regular basis, then it could feel like it's sort of like a negative rather than a positive. I don't mean it to be, but I could definitely see that viewpoint. I'm trying to think what else we can do with that to make it less of a negative without it feeling like it devalues the dudes. Could we do the wall one night on Twitch? Maybe we could. Maybe we could do something along those lines. There is a wall app if you're interested in doing that stuff anyway in Discord. No, except maybe you should give me more. Thank you. Works for having a global leaderboard. Yes, that's another suggestion, is to have a leaderboard readily accessible on a website somewhere. I want to make a proper ATB web website anyway. That is the sort of the front end for all things me, and then that will sort of fork out to all the other stuff. That's on my to-do list, as with a lot of things, and that's about it. Let's say the biggest thing is just balancing versus other shows, with 1 vs 100 being the most egregious problem out of all. As for guest hosted games, yeah, you're fine with guest hosted games. 3 said it should just be me. That's fine, I suppose, if you like me. But I do like to hand the reins over to other people every now and then. Give me a break as well as just as well as seeing another face on here. As for how frequent they are, it's a bit of a crapshoot, really. The majority say once every 3 months, which almost feels like it's coinciding with a season. So it could be they have one guest-hosted thing per season. Or was that only... Can we send Ash a shitload of clothes pegs and volleyballs and he can make a wall? Oh my god, no. I am not going to make a wall, Oni. I've already done it in the virtual world. That's good enough. Might be nice to see guest hosted games on a day that isn't Wednesday or Friday. Could do that, Samster. I'm obviously acutely aware that there are other streams going on from other people. I've always tried to stay away from streaming on those days. But it might just be that I just do stream on another day for a guest stream or whatever. But I know I needed to decorate, but I didn't want to decorate with a wall. So it looks like it's something along the lines of every season or so, maybe, is the decision to go for if we did do guest hosted streams. In the past, we've done tournaments of certain games. Now, this one was more preferable to be once every 6 months, which is, again, understandable. So, once every 6 months and then once every 3 months is the next one down. The way I see it is that we could do, like, one long-form tournament and then one night tournament in separate seasons or something or whatever, so we could have like one of the 3 seasons in a year, a long form version, have a break, and then for the second season and the third season is a one-off special season finale type thing. That kind of thing. It feels like that's the sort of balance we're going for there based off of these responses. If we did continue with tournaments on stream, what qualities would you like to see in the future? Yeah, essentially 1 night long and open entry are the best pick to go for. Although someone has suggested a 2 night long. Well, we've got 2 night long, same day of the whatever. So yeah, I don't know if there's much I can glean from that. But variation is the spice of life or something. Variety is the spice of life is what I should have said there. Moving on to the 1,000 follower special. Yeah, a lot of people suggested 1,000 heartbeats because obvious bants. Someone also suggested 1,000 questions. No. I'm not doing 1,000 questions, thank you. Time Shock 2, no, we're not doing that so soon. After Spin the Wheel, we do the wheel already. Unless you can somehow manage to get me to spin a real wheel. It'll be alright on the night. Starla show, so a clip show, which is about me. I don't know. I don't like doing that about myself. You could go and view the clips or whatever. I don't feel like doing clip shows about myself. It's a bit, you can go and see clips, and I can make YouTube videos and things, but yeah. Meh. 1 vs 100 star, but it's Ash the Bash versus subscribers. Certainly arrange something like that. 1 game of each of the favourites as voted by the community. Big stream. So essentially sort of like the old super stream I did ages ago. Outright 1 versus 100, either winning lines or Duke drop. Essentially you're writing a super stream lineup there. Crossover with Flush and or Discord Studio Game stuff. I'm the player of 1,000 Heartbeats. Again, a good suggestion. Something different than just a spicy introduction of a new game show. I agree. Outright and dual exhibition matches, show off the very best of your stream. Could do that, although I have plans for both of those. Invitational games between relatively famous people who don't normally play. Fair enough on that one. New blood, i.e. having fresh names, faces, play games instead of the same 10 people. I mean, that's a bit unfair to say the same 10 people, because a lot of my games I do have audience play for. I think that's a bit disingenuous to say just the same 10 people. I know it can feel like it's the same 10 people being named all the time because they're playing very well. But it's only because I'm naming them because they are playing well. Everyone else is still, absolutely fine to play. There is a lot of audience participation, and they always try and make these games available for audience participation, or as wide open to cast the net as possible. So I think it's a little unfair to say the same 10 people in that particular regard. I'm tempted to suggest a night of host games. Honestly unsure though. Behind the scenes stuff could be interesting, something different, but something you can relax with. This celebration. I mean, that's a good point. Just relax and just do whatever the hell I want to do with it. Maybe I could do some behind the scenes stuff, give you a bit more of a deep dive on what I really do. Maybe I can show you all the madness I did with Time Shock or something. The return of Time Shock with 500 questions, that's late down the lines. That's definitely not for 1,000 follower special. Double Dukes nights, where the games that tend to be played for relatively small Duke values are played for double the Dukes. I mean, we could definitely do something along those lines if we did do that. Reusing some of the old questions from the database. There's other things I need to address that later. Celeb guests, if I can arrange it. Can't think of any specific. 1 versus 1,000. Well, if we had 1,000 people play the game, that would be nice. Why not play 5 against the Quizmaster? I mean, Q&L is the obvious one. That'll happen later down the line, hoping near the end of the year. And of course, 1,000 Heartbeats. Who suggested this? 5,000 question special. Who suggested 5,000 questions special? Sorry, I'm not in it for that long haul. No, I'm not going for a stream of that length, mate. No way am I doing 5,000 questions. If I am, I'm putting it on a bot and automating it, and I'm walking away. It should include a highlight reel. Apparently people like highlight reels. Okay. My voice really will be like him at the end of that. Perhaps a marathon of my games, like a super stream thing. Game show marathon, 1,000-minute stream. That's a cool idea. I like that. I mean, it's a few hours, 1,000 minutes. It must be said. That's 16 hours, but it's something to possibly do. I just don't know if I want to do 16 hours of a stream. Anything that allows a player base to take prominent roles. Yeah, so sort of a switch it up. Okay, so that's some good ideas for 1,000 followers special. I also want to try and get a Link cosplay as well for that too. So I'm not wearing the same damn thing all the time. Do you have any specific comments on particular game shows on my streams? There's just a lot of different comments here. I'm not going to bother going through them all here because there's just a lot of sporadic comments about all of the different shows. So I'm going to leave that as it is, and I'll definitely address all the points later on in something a bit more in detail, but too much to go into right now. What are the general comments do you have about my streams? A couple of people are thinking that it takes a bit long to get into games. Fair enough. I know that I like to say hello to chat and things at the start of the stream and at the start of each game. Maybe I can tighten the lobby up, joining up a bit faster, so that we're starting games at 10 past rather than 25 past or something. That's absolutely fine. I'd have to keep an eye on the time, essentially. That's all. Anything else other than that? Too many memes? Yeah, sometimes it can feel a bit clicky. That was another thing someone suggested, certainly with the Discord, is that it can sometimes be a bit clicky when it's the same people joining to play the same game. We are obviously always welcoming new people to play and other people, existing people to play these games. And clicks will happen. It's a thing that will just generally happen. But if you see a game like Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune or Cash Trapped or anything like that you're interested in playing, just join in, say hi. We don't bite. We definitely don't bite. And if there is someone that does bite, then I will tell them off for biting. So we are definitely all very welcoming. And if you feel like that you're not welcome because there's various people around, then just let me or any of the mods know, and we will sort things out. We definitely want more people joining in and having the fun and enjoying the experience on Twitch, on Discord, wherever. And my door is always open to messages if you've got any sort of concerns. And if you don't want to talk to a moderator directly, always you can talk to me as well, and we can iron things out. But it's good to see that a lot of people are really happy in general about the Twitch and Discord communities and having just a lot of fun and not getting in the way with other things in the world, because there's a lot of other stuff in the world and we just no. There's just a lot of shit in the world. Let's put it that way. No real comments, presentation, blah, 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 blah. How did you discover the Discord guild? Basically, link from my Twitch stream essentially is the main point there. Dates I don't care about. What do you do? Majority of people are in the Discord are talking about game shows. Not surprised there. And then after that, it's a tie between checking for my announcements for upcoming streams and also people hosting games by community members. That seems to be the tied second place. With off-topic chat and watch-alongs being other things. And of course, someone posted about chonkwoolery memes. Because why not? Which the following Discord hosted games have you seen or played in recently? Now, this is more towards you, because I don't really host many of my own shows on there, so this is more for you to know about. So here's the information about all of the games that I could reel off at a moment's notice when I was writing this. Majority would like to see Jeopardy, Only Connect, and Panel Quiz Attack. Surprise, surprise! It's like the top 3 shows that are happening right now in the Discord, and they got the top vote. No surprise there whatsoever. Beat the Chasers, that was a special from me. And we could do another one of those again in future. Countdown, Jenga the Game Show. There is some love for Jenga the Game Show out there, so we want to do another episode of that, maybe, Toad Boy. Poker. I think that's probably the number of people that are currently playing the poker, the tipster poker tables currently. And WOF, Wheel of Fortune as well. Big favourites there. But we do have some of the ones listed that I didn't mention before. Chameleon, Take It or Leave It. Ted Todd, The Wheel. Seen it all, much to the expense. Watched a bit of Only Connect. Wipeout. Hyper Countdown, Decimate, Wipeout. $100,000 Pyramid. Yeah, there's a pyramid game up here somewhere. There's Pyramid Game. Wits and Wagers. Colo's Experimental Games Daily Countdown Challenge as an audience member. And Talk About. So there's all the what I've played. And as for the votes, so you can only pick 5 of these each. Highest vote at the moment is Only Connect. I mean, we are currently playing an Only Connect tournament hosted by Ape, which is amazing. That's the best vote so far. So maybe there's more love for Only Connect after the fact. I know we did have the Only Connect walls previous to Ape's tournament. So yeah, Only Connect, play this thing. I don't have that on my board. I should probably have that on my board. After that, it is Beat the Chasers again. We'll bring Beat the Chasers back again at one point. And then Panel Quiz Attack again. Big surprise there. Name goes here. House of Games actually was not really strongly mentioned previously. Only had 15 votes there of people that have played it, but it's quite high on the vote of I would like to play. So there is an app out there. If you're not aware, there is a House of, I think it's actually literally called houseofgames.app, where you can essentially develop your own version of a House of Games with all the different rounds in it. Colo's certainly done a lot of House of Games in the past. I think Toad has done at some point. So if you're interested in, writing a house of games or along those lines, then do consider that, because it seems to be that a lot of people would like to play some more House of Games. So do bear that in mind. Yes, there is a House of Games app. Let me actually just check if it is that. House of Games app. Is it literally that? It is that. There it is. House of Games app is literally it. And you just sort of log in, sign up, whatever, and you can create your own questions on there. And it has its own buzzer system on its own as well. Yeah, no love for Scrambled Squares. I was kind of disappointed by that. I liked playing Scrambled Squares when the Ape was doing that. But unfortunately, no love, I guess, versus all the other shows that were there. Okay, so that's where you're all voting with that. Let me take it back off screen again, because we're going into more wordy stuff. Any features that you would want added to the Discord guild? Used for Doots on the server. Doots leaderboard, Doots like system on Discord. Just maintain level 2 server boost consistently. I suppose I could try and do that. But that's literally it, is Doots in Discord, potentially. Yes, maybe we can cross the Doots over here, and maybe we can have the leaderboard be present in the Discord to cross it over a bit. I don't know. Maybe we can do that. I will consider that. What general comments do you have about the Discord guild? Love community, wonderful community. Mentioned about the clickiness about it. Again, mentioned about the clickiness about it. Everything's good. Good to hear that. Met some really great people, and they've helped me out a lot when I was at a bit of a crossroads in my life, and the future was starting to look very uncertain. Well, I'm glad that we've been a bastion of hope, and a great place to be if you've been having some hardship in your life recently. All the love around. Discord Dukes would be cool. Could get my hands on some double Ds. Right? Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for adding the schedule bot. Would like to see improved use of the Seshbot calendar. Yeah, I can't do much about the Seshbot calendar. That is developed by someone else that I'm paying. That I'm paying a Patreon to every month. Called Sesh.fyi. It's a decent bot. Really enjoy it. But yeah, it's maybe not be the perfect use case for us, but it works quite well in the live chat and studio signups channels. So I think it works all right for what we are right now. If you've got any specific features you want in Seshbot, then do let me know, and I might be able to hand it over to the devs and see if they can do something about that. Channels seem quite messy. I could sort of understand that. We can maybe do a refactor of the layout of the chat so we can have it a bit more organized. I know I've moved a couple of channels out into older stuff and archiving them away, but they could be resurrected if we need to. One of the big points was also emotions. Now, it's good having a place where you can vent about the world or about your situation. But there have been occasions where emotions has probably been overused for oversharing, maybe. Yes, we are here to help, but we can only help so much. And if it comes to clinical depression with suicidal thoughts and things like that, it's a hard topic to talk about, and it can really bring the mood down. I know that you just wanted to share with us your situation, and we're going to try and bring you up, and we can do that. There's only so much we can do. So just be aware that we are here for you, but we can't have too many heavy topics in there, unfortunately, because it just feels a bit too heavy for us, and we are not qualified in any way. So if we give you advice and it's completely the wrong advice, that don't follow our advice based on that. There are professionals out there that can help you. We can point you in their direction. If there's a helpline, we can give you a helpline number. That's about the best we can do, really, in a professional manner. So, difficult thing to talk about. I appreciate that, especially in this past year, because it has been particularly heavy for a lot of people. But But yeah, just be careful with what you share in emotions. It's a nice venting place, but don't go oversharing too much. That's all. Okay. Anyway, we get beyond that. We go to the question writing section now. What is your opinion on community-driven questions on my streams? Most people say they love it or like it. There's someone that's voted in the middle and neutral, but is majority like or love, which is good. What general opinions do you have about the community-driven questions? Can be a challenge. Community is everything. Well balanced and contains lots of curiosities. Sometimes they can be a bit skewed in certain subjects. Quality seems generally good enough, often excellent. Lots of variation, difficulty. Top quality question writers. Absolutely, I agree. There's a lot of UK centric. Yes, I agree. That's a possibility, Kenda. But we're streaming at a UK specific time, so you're going to have a higher UK demographic, unfortunately. Although I would say tonight we've been very French-centric rather than UK-centric. So I don't know what you're talking about, because there's been a lot of French content tonight. But yeah, I get that it can feel a bit UK or US heavy at times. But that's just, those are the two major demos that play my streams. So I have to play to that. I can't just leave it completely international at that point. Yeah, it's one of those things. I believe the quality of the questions can be are very strong. Good mixture of questions. One thing I'll mention is in regards to outright. The packs lately feel a little too much like people are trying to be cute and clever by one-upping each other in the gimmicks department rather than putting together a fun and balanced question pack. That has been mentioned in Discord as well. Just be aware, don't go overboard with the gimmicks in the packs, because sometimes it can feel distinctly unfun, even if you think you're trying to add difficulty to the pack kind of esoterically. Think about difficulty in the question itself, not trying to make the question difficult because you're reading it or answering it in a weird way. There are good gimmicks out there that we've not used yet. There's many we've not used yet. Colours, font sizes. There's some hints to you. You can use those. You've got rich text at your disposal. Use those as a way of doing special things with your questions. And that's not overly gimmicky. That's just a slight presentation change. That's just two things you could do special. If you've got any other things that you might think about doing in the show, and you want to, cross that idea with me, then let me know. Sometimes a bit misguided and could be editorialized a bit before stream, but largely they're good. Yeah, I mean, random pick questions are going to feel a bit like that versus the pack star questions. That's just the nature of how I've run things so far with these games. It might be that later down the lines we start to go a bit more pack centric with the how the games run on questions, so that they're then editorialized into these distinct chunks and stacks that work together rather than just cherry picking at random all the time. Worked fine in the beginning because it was easy to do a cherry pick, but now later down the lines it's probably a bit better to have cherry-picked stacks rather than cherry-pick individual questions for the shows that do that still. So we can do that kind of thing. Can we do a stream of just round 4 of outright, similar to how you did Wonder War when you first started? In theory, Matt, we could do that. It's entirely possible we could do that. The round structure is variable, but we've not really messed around with that yet. Maybe we could have a frenetic pack that is just that and changes the elimination rules. I don't know. Anyway, we'll leave that as another to-do list. Tied of flags. Questions on flags. Apparently people do not like that anymore. We have some very good question writers here. Name dropping here. Ape Toad and probably a few others I can't think of right now. Mostly that it's fascinating to get a feel for why someone writes questions. It's nice that there's a general tendency for the knowledge to be ever so slightly younger as well. Outright gimmicks being mentioned. The double-edged sword of community-driven trivia. One mention here of the VAR check thing really grinds my gears. Not only is it MIDI modding and borderline insulting to the writer proofer, it disrupts the flow of the stream and furthermore potentially causing to question the veracity of the rest of it. Now, I don't mind necessarily bringing up the plausibility of question answers, but just the whole process of it is a bit meh. It's just a bit meh, and the whole kind of VAR check term, it kind of grinds on me a little. To be honest, it does a little. We try our best to prove that these questions are correct and accurate, but do bear in mind that we are not a professional outfit. We do not do this as a profession, although I think a lot of you would probably want to do that in your future careers because you do write some goddamn awesome questions. But we aren't a professional outfit, and we're only human. So you put those two things together, there will be things that slip through the net. You just have to bear with us that those things happen, and just enjoy the game for what it is, rather than getting irritated by little foibles about questions that really they don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Yes, there are real glaring issues like the whole Canada situation with the Statue of Liberty, notwithstanding, but I now know in future never to use that question pack again because of those kind of questions coming up. And it's fun, every now and then having these really weird questions come up and be really weird, but don't question every single question that comes up. Just accept it for what it is and just have fun with it. Roll with the punches, as they say. Roll with the punches. And yeah, we had D-Day in 1984 tonight as well, which is a lot of fun as well, having that come up. It is what it is. So we are a team of non-professionals doing the work for professionals for fun. Essentially, kind of, that is exactly what it is. So as long as we can all accept that fact, then we're all good. And if I think that really means just toning down the amount of questioning of the questions and the answers would be good, and not being so declarative and upfront about why you believe that this answer must be this answer because things. Just relax. We know we are geeks that there are going to be technicalities to questions where technically speaking the answer really is this, but sometimes that's just not what the question is really asking for. Just leave it be. Declarative is such a gorgeous word, it is really. Anyway, so yeah, VAR check is the point there, and yeah, worth mentioning. Good mix of questions, although there is a risk that the meme questions can exclude people that have not joined the community recently. That's absolutely fair. It's fine having some meme questions, but it does sort of add towards the clicky nature of the stream, in fact, in this case, rather than the Discord, because if you don't know the meme within the community, then there's no way at all that you could even figure out the answer. Now, if you could write the question in a way that you could still figure out the answer without knowing the meme, and it still references the meme, fine, no problem with that whatsoever. But if the question itself is just the meme, then that's not really good, is it? That's not really writing the question in a gettable way. So just bear that in mind if you do want to bring some memes into it. That just make it gettable for those that may not be within our current community. Like, I loved the whole subversion of Hotel Trivago. I loved that subversion from Ralph, where the question was still hotel, so we were expecting, it's going to be Trivago again, because that's an in meme that we've had. But the answers were completely different because they were referencing NATO alphabet, which is completely gettable. So you didn't even have to know about the meme within our community about that. You could still get the question, no problem. And it was a great subversion of it as well. Yes, this was on 1 versus 100 Toad Boy. So obviously the first instigation of it was the Million Duke drop written by Toad. But last 1 versus 1 stream, we had the question that came up as hotel. So I was about to say, we're about to have this question come up again. Can you remember the answers? And then it was a complete subversion of expectation because we got 3 completely different answers from Ralph, which is amazing as well. Also referencing Silvergate Bridge again, without really talking about the question that exactly as well, was again great way of getting it in. So people that know the joke can get a bit of a laugh out of it, and those that don't, they can still get the question, no problem. I love this one. Someone says it's a mess, and I think that's the charm. Yeah, okay, I appreciate that. it can feel like a bit of a mess sometimes. Just from my end, just to try and manage it all, it is a mess sometimes, and I 100% agree. Okay, that's all the individual points pretty much talked about. Do you currently write questions? The majority do, although 15 said no, but they're currently interested in starting. Oh yeah, don't feel called out at all by any of these comments. Just it's just a general point that someone's made, and it's worth mentioning before it gets a bit too a little too divisive. That's probably the word for it, divisive, because there could be a lot of people that really just turned off by this entirely. So we're just sort of nipping it in the bud, let's say. Currently users can only see their own questions on the question writing website. This is the interesting part. Once questions have been marked as used on stream, what should happen to users' questions or content? So the way that people have voted here basically says I need to add an option as to whether you want to release the questions to public via a license or not. And that's fine. People that don't want to have their questions being revealed to public, you can leave that off. And those that do want to allow them to the public, then it is an opt-in, and people can then see those questions. But again, always will still be under a specific license, so like a Creative Commons share alike license or something along those lines, so that you are still the original owner of the work. You still have the ownership of the IP. You are sub-licensing it essentially to me on the website, but then also licensing it via Creative Commons, blah 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 blah, Creative Share alike to whoever then wants to use it. So it's still always your work. I would never want to take that away from anyone. So you are still always 100% in ownership of your own work. Just so far right now, you've had this implicit licensing agreement with me in a way that you've allowed a non-exclusive right to your questions to me for my streams, essentially. That's the explicit legal way of what you've done for me so far, is you've given me a non-exclusive right to your question content for the website and for my stream. What I'll be doing going forward is properly formalizing that so that there is a proper legal basis for everything you are submitting towards me, and everything that is on the website right now and going to stream will be within that, so it's still the same kind of license, and hopefully everyone can agree to that. Obviously you can still have an option that if you do not agree to that license, then you can opt to have your content deleted. There's still the right to erasure as part of data protection acts and things like that. You still have the right to have any content of yours deleted. That's no problem. And then an additional option to have it be publicly licensable in some form or other. How that comes about, I don't know. Some are okay with having them be searchable and indexable on the website. Some are not. Some would prefer them to be in packs that you could pay for potentially, but any payments would then go directly to a charity rather than me pocketing it. That's absolutely fine, because I have not monetized this in any way apart from the entertainment on my stream. In a way, you could say I am monetizing content in that way. It's a sort of, two-step process there. But there are definitely hoops to jump through, yes. Good idea that someone suggested, though, and I really like the idea, is have to put in a book. So those that would be happy to do that, we could go through a set of questions and we could put them in a book. And obviously you would all be author attributed for whatever questions you wrote, which means then you would be able to have an author attribution to whatever you need. So you'll be an accredited author. And that could be in the form of a digital book, or I don't know if we can do a physical hard copy. Maybe we could. I'd have to look into talking to a publisher about that. Again, I have to get your say on everything first, and then if it goes into a book, then it actually have to go through an official editorial process, so that all the questions are absolutely above board at time of writing. So that is an idea that has come up, and I do like that idea, but it will require a lot of work to get there. Maybe that could be a goal in 2022 to achieve something like that, or maybe the end of 2021, something along those lines. But some quiz book or question book or something that has your content in, and then you just have a copy for yourself. Amazon self-publishing can do both print on demand and ebook. Oh, they can print on demand. Oh, that's cool. Oh, cool. That's a nice idea. All right, well, we can do something like that. And yeah, proceeds to anything to the book and that will go to a charity of our choice. I definitely don't want to profit off of that in any way because it's all your content. I'm just literally putting it in a book, in a way. So it's your content, not mine. I'm just putting it in a nice, easy to digest form for you. Maybe a different one every month. I don't want to get into that. That's going to be too much work for me. If I do that, I'd have to get someone else to do it. Because I already have enough to do with my stream and my full-time work, and then gigs are about to happen as well because the UK will be opening up and unlocking itself in June, and we're already getting gigs booked from like end of June onwards, so I'm going to be involved in gigs then. It's just going to be a lot of extra work to do. I would not be able to do like a book a month or anything like that. That's just too much. That'd have to be for someone else to do, and I pay them to do that essentially. But if we can get a quiz book out, cool, and maybe we can maybe a yearly book, so like a compendium type thing, maybe. Anyway, that's up in the air ideas for how we could use the questions afterwards and still be public in a way. Sort of a way of solving that. I know why people want to have questions indexed, so that we don't get questions written about the same thing. Obviously, we had that happen on Winning Lines, but it's difficult then because then it's very easy to rip off that content and just put it somewhere else. Open Trivia Database obviously has a Creative Commons license on there, share alike. So as long as you mention that you are using their questions, then it's fine to do so. 1001 questions written by strangers on the internet. There you go. There's your title there. Okay. And then the last proper question on the question writing stuff is general comments about the website. Yeah, I know it's a bit rough around the edges. It's a bit clunky. It's a bit old looking. And that's because it's using an old Drupal template, and I've just not had a lot of time to do a proper Drupal template for that. I may end up just purchasing one because it's just going to take so much time to develop my own. So I'll just purchase one that looks good and make it work for the website. Improve searching on it, improve proofing ability on it, things like that. Just make it a bit more accessible. And like how-tos as well as always be a good thing, so that people know exactly how to write a question on there as well, because there's literally no tutorialing on there to tell you how to write a question and what certain fields are. So yeah, there's a lot of extra stuff to do on that. WordPress update for the website. Oh god, it's Drupal, not WordPress. But also a lot of that will come down into the whole, I need to have a full portal website for my own stuff anyway, and this will be an offshoot from that anyway. So there's a lot of stuff there to do. That's basically it, Kenda. I have my personal website, which then links to this question database, and then you could also have a Doots leaderboard on my personal web page, and I can have a direct link to my stream on my web page, and such, blah blah blah. Make revision log mandatory to fill. I constantly forget. I don't know if I can do that because that's a contributing module. I didn't develop that, so I don't know if I can do that. It's hard. Drupal is a mess, but it's better than Directus was, and Jesus Christ, Directus was just so hard to work with. Okay, final question. Questions about me. What do you think about me? Basically, it's all good stuff. Thank you for all of the kind words you've directed towards me. It's very very nice to read all these great things. Although someone that mentioned that this community used to feel like a family, now it feels more like a production that just claims to be a family. While to some extent I do get it, because it's normal when things expand. To the extent it's still sad. It's the double-edged sword of becoming more popular, is that it's going to feel less and less like a family, unfortunately. Unless, of course, you end up in the cliques. It's a triple-edged sword. It's a triple-edged sword. You're either outside of the cliques, inside the cliques, or you think everything is just not a family. But we love you all. We love absolutely every single one of you, and you are all more than welcome to join in on the fun. Do try to make it as friendly as possible for new people. So if you feel that it is no longer feeling like a family to you, then just say hi. Say hi. Drop in. Just say how was your day? It's fine. Just say stuff. You're bloody good at what you do. Thank you. Don't feel that you owe us anything or that you can't look after yourself. We can't take things easy if you need to. Real life is more important. Yes, indeed. Fantastic job with the coding, the hosting. Incredible, grateful what you do. Love all the stuff. Find new original formats more interesting than classics. That's fine. More Whiskers appearances, please. Do you want to say hi to chat, Whiskers? Yeah. Hi. I'll pick her up in a moment. Feel a little awkward being a slightly different generation, but everyone's very welcoming, so that's good. There's a good open community that doesn't seem to have too much trouble. I'm very glad that we've not had much trouble around here in terms of trolls or awkward people in Twitch chat, because I know how Twitch chat can be, and somehow this has been a very good slice of life outside of the toxicity that can be Twitch chat sometimes. So I'm kind of amazed it's still going that way. But I do put a lot of that towards the mods keeping Twitch chat in check. So thank you, mods, for helping out, keep things clean around here. Thank you, everyone, for being so very cooperative as well when we do say things and tell you you're out of line or whatever. Thank you for all of that. You're just making this a far more pleasurable place to be. And yeah, Twitch doing its own things is another things as well. Jayla's dilemma. Thank you for everything you do. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, indeed. You also keep it up. Doing awesome. Sorry if you've either been overly critical or my criticism has been misplaced. No, that's absolutely fine. Everything was absolutely fine. Critically speaking, what you do is wonderful. Love the stream. Great. There's your class act. Thanks for bringing back some very specific bits of my childhood. Well, yeah, that's another thing, is bringing back childhood memories. Like 15 to 1 is one of those where I really enjoyed watching that. Even though I couldn't answer any of the questions when I was a kid, I still enjoyed watching it. And I've done that for a few cases like that. Ash is wonderful and a gem to be treasured, extremely humble and hardworking. Thank you very much. And that's basically it in a nutshell. With all the comments mentioned, like I say, there's more for me to dive into in terms of specific game show discussion, and I know that we've been very open in the discussion recently as well on recent shows, like rules and relativity, how that should work, wipeout, length of the games. I don't mind that discussion at all. It's very constructive. As long as it is in a constructive manner, I do not mind that kind of criticism and that discussion happening in the chat, because it's very welcome. Means that I'm not sticking inside my own bubble, as it were, and listening to my own thoughts all the time. When there's other people questioning everything I do, it's actually very it's very good. It's very good. Keeps me energized. Good chat, absolutely. It was good to go through all that. Thank you for keeping with me as well through this last hour of discussion. And thank you, yeah, for being transparent with me with your opinions, and just telling it as it is. Let's put it that way, telling it as it is. And don't think you have to wait until next year's review to say things. If you feel like you have an opinion that is against the contrary of everyone else, you can either talk about it in public chat, or talk to a mod, or talk to me. I'm always open. The door is always open. You can always have a chat with me, and I'll always have a word if you want, so long as you're reasonable. So long as you're reasonable and have constructive criticism or whatever, then just talk. That's all it's about. Talking. Whew. Right. That is it for this evening. Friday. It's supposed to be the vault. Now, I don't know if I actually have enough packs for that. So what I might end up doing is possibly having a break on Friday, which is weird. I know I would normally not do that kind of thing because Friday is the big stream day. But I think I might just have a break for that Friday and just chill out for once. Because I haven't for God knows how long. And I think one of the points that someone made is that I need to take care of myself a little more than I normally do. Kind of hit home. So I'm going to take Friday stream off. I might still be floating around in Discord or whatever, if people are doing things in Discord. But yeah, I'm going to take a break on Friday. But I'll be back the next Friday as well, don't worry. And it's just a lot of extra stuff I still need to do for things. And I don't want the pressure of the vault packs getting on people or on me. So that's going to get pushed back and delayed to some other time, whatever. And yeah, just have a good Friday without me, essentially. And we will refresh ourselves. Let's put it that way. Yeah, absolutely. If I could do with a break, I'm going to have a break, and I'm sort of telling that to myself directly, because sometimes I just do these streams and I don't think about that. I don't think about doing it for myself, because I'm conscious about wanting to impress people. That's always been my way, is being sort of selfless. So yeah. Always a power quiz attack in the corner. Absolutely, there'll always be time for that. So yeah, and pet kitty, because Whiskers needs love as well. So yeah, I'm off on Friday, and we'll be floating around Discord. What other things was I going to mention? Oh yeah, so Time Shock, the second version of that, the next one of those is going to be at the very least end of the year, maybe 2022, to tie in with all the stuff we've been talking about, tournaments, etc. Duel is going to make a return, and there will be changes to it, but that won't be for this season. Duel will happen next season over, so we're looking at least a few months away. And the changes to it, I hope people enjoy, because it certainly should try and address at least a couple of problems that people brought up about it with regards to Duel Season 3. And also is going to solve my biggest problem with Duel Season 3, which was the scheduling. And yeah, it's got a good name to it in my head as well. I'm not going to say it yet because it's going to spoil it, because I want to have a good teaser reveal video for it when it happens. But I've got a good name for it. But you'll have to look forward to that in a few months' time. Oh, yeah, video. Video also means I have to do YouTube stuff as well for other things. I need to upload 500 questions and Time Shock stuff at some point as well. Remind me to do that. Anyway, I am Wittering. Thank you for sticking with me for these past 2 years. It's been an honour, a pleasure to be a code monkey for a quizzing subgenre, subculture that I didn't really think existed, but clearly it does, especially around this time of pandemic. It really brought out a lot of the pub quizzes over into the virtual world. It's been a lot of fun, and we're going to continue to have fun into the 3rd year, which we've already done because this is already the 3rd year. But we continue to have fun. I need to figure out new shows to do at some point, but first of all, it's solidifying what I currently have website-wise and game show-wise before moving on to newer things. No, not Saplas score. Not Saplas. Anyway, thank you all. Have a good rest of your evening. Sorry, Matt, for your delay in watch along. You're probably already watching along anyway. Just go and do the thing. And I will see you around. You know what? I'll probably see you around on poker tomorrow if you're around on the poker tables. And I'll see you around on Discord anyway. Have a good night, everyone. And I'll see you later. Bye. Actually, Whiskers, do you want to say bye? Whiskers wants to say bye. Hey. Yeah. There you are, Whiskers. Kitty. Yes. Come here, Whiskers. You want to say bye-bye? Oh, no you don't. Okay, fine. See you later, everyone. Have a good evening.